I'm so flabbergasted, just
I
in
know,
general.
I know, I know.
uh,
It's
I
a
wish it was a story.
it's a shocking. I yeah. I was
I
uh,
also discovered recently that you cannot turn off Windows Update anymore.
I I do admire your restraint in not telling the guy, thanks for the offer, but last time I got stabbed and then fired during my vacation.
Say it like
you know,
that, so it sounds like they fired you for getting stabbed.
he caught me at a good time. I was at my desk. I was just chilling out. I wasn't in a bad mood. So, he
I'll,
got
uh,
the side of me that sometimes doesn't come out that often.
I'll just restart.
All right.
okay. Okay.
Um, yeah, it was funny in the most ironic sense possible. It was quite funny.
Uh,
Um, and this guy, he sounded so earnest on the phone. He was like, "Yeah,
I mean, I almost assumed that he was a new hire as well.
probably." So the way they do is like they have a recruitment company, and then the recruitment company hires you, and then sends you there as their client in the
Oh, well,
factory.
that kind of deal. Yeah, that
Yeah,
they don't know what's going on.
exactly. So they don't really have a clue most of the time. So yeah, it's great. They used to come in every week and be like, "How you doing? How you doing?" I'm like, um,
Horrifying.
"It's not great, to be honest. This and this and that." They're like, "Oh, oh wow, that's new to me." I'm like, "Really?" But yeah, it was like an example of how bad it could be. But thankfully, I haven't had an employment as bad as that in quite a while.
Yeah, I also worked in a factory like as a student, like a summer job or winter or something along those lines. It was like for a month only,
Yeah,
and that has taught me that I'm never going to voluntarily do that again
yeah,
if I can avoid it.
it's not
Unless
great.
I'm running the factory, I'm not going back.
Oh wow. Factory ownership.
I mean, the thing was, it was a student job aimed at like students who study like physics and that direction, engineering.
Yeah,
And there was like a couple hour presentation with like slides and here's us. It was one of the automotive.
right.
Uh,
Companies.
was it? I think it was Volkswagen. No,
Yes.
Mercedes. It was Mercedes.
Oh, fancy.
The big plant in Bremen. And they had like this couple hour presentation of here's what we are and what we do and all the science and technology. And in the end, there were two separate jobs that the students got to do. One was manufacturing, which
Yeah,
was basically you stood at an assembly line and had like 30 seconds to do jobs that you will not be able to finish in 30 seconds.
yeah,
And the other one, which I did, was you have to uh, with your hand, trace the fresh, well, not fresh coat of paint, but like the dried coat of paint for like faults and such
yeah.
in a specific area, depending on where on the assembly line you were. So
Okay.
for 8 hours, it was incredibly bright light, elevator music, and you just have to continuously like touch like dried paint.
Yeah.
That sounds like the most boring thing ever.
It
It
was.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I had the night shift, which I
Oh,
actually voluntarily took because more money,
Yeah.
and I had 2.5 hours of traveling before and after my shift because I
Mm.
didn't live in Bremen. I live, in the vicinity.
Oh, she.
So it was like 8 hours shift, 5 hours of commuting, and then I was dead during the day.
yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much your situation as well, Neil, as I recall. Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's not great.
Night shift just
not fun.
ruins people. Like
Yeah.
I've
Well, the problem with the place was they did like a rotating shift, so you do nights one week and do days the next week, which was the worst thing ever invented
That
because
sounds terrible.
yeah, because you can't adjust, right? So it's I'm not even gonna explain, but it was bad. So once I got out of there, I got into another place and did night shift there, and thankfully the place was nice and the work was decent. It's just night shift is very soul draining.
On the plus side, I did voluntarily like register for night shift because
Yeah.
the pay was good. Like
Yeah.
it's
The premium you get
I
for night
still
shift is
don't
pretty
earn
good.
as much again.
Yeah.
And that was like a school job. I wasn't even in uni at the time.
Yeah.
And now I've got a degree and earn less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
how
that's-
it
Although
is.
it's a student job what I'm doing.
It's not too much money in research. What you need to do is you get your doctorate and then become like a lecturer or like a what do you call it?
Consultant.
Associate professor or something.
Yeah.
That's when you start raking it in.
Yeah, I actually work with a bunch of people with a PhD.
Yep.
Like my project leader, or I guess he is my project leader because I'm working on his project basically.
That sounds
Yeah.
like.
Although that guy, I like him,
Yes.
but he's got the driest like dad humor that you could imagine. Like it's not even dad humor; it's like its own silly, crazy sort of humor. Like the project is like autonomous driving.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I think I've mentioned before what I do, but basically he's like, oh yeah, we for this project we need to consider traffic situations, including aliens landing. That is very important. And then he goes for like 20 minutes what we have to consider with aliens.
Oh
Like,
dear.
Okay, that
Wow.
was funny, but
That's a one-liner, not a whole conversation. Thank you very much. Also, good evening, Griffith.
He's a good guy though.
I work a lot with PhDs too. On account of I work at the university.
The PhDs I had the benefit of either working with briefly. It seemed always very stressed all the time. So
Some of our professors are very stressed.
yeah.
And some of them seem to be living their best life, honestly.
Then again, engineering is a very stressful PhD to do. So
I guess. Oh, goodness gracious. Currently,
That guy's still not back? Oh no.
he's trying to fix his router. I hope it's not just borked on him. That would be awful.
the Malachi router saga that's been ongoing for 8 years.
How will this end?
There was a time when we played Way of the Wicked, it was like a 50-50 each week. It was like, will there be? Who knows? Because
I feel like that's not true, but I have no evidence to the contrary.
It's fine. The burden of proof is on Jones here, not you.
No, I feel like he's got a point.
Yeah, thank you. As I often do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
What? Excuse me?
What? I agree.
What was that from the peanut gallery over there?
I'll just hide in the crowd here.
Who said that?
Not me.
Yep. I had one of our professors is an avid Star Wars fan. He has a Yoda mug, and he also plays D&D when he can. So
really?
yeah, a couple of like last year we ended up next to each other at lunch, and we spent an hour and a half talking just about D&D and the different editions we like and like adventures and stuff. He's great.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's nice when you get that moment to connect with someone that has a
Oh,
hobby
he's
that you would
wonderful.
never think they would have. Yeah.
He is incredibly friendly and like just a nice guy. He's not very good at his work necessarily. Like he's like one of our he has a lot of like administrative responsibilities, and that's not his thing.
Wow, imagine if he's watching the stream right now. Imagine how disappointed he would be.
I'm sorry, buddy. I really like you, but yeah, sometimes.
Oh, Joe asked you to know the truth.
You know, when you like someone as a human and a person, but you also realize that they are not the right person in the right position. You know what I mean?
Sure. Sure.
You're like, you're great and wonderful. You should not be doing this. Go and do research. That's clearly what you want.
I know sometimes people can't though. I want to do research, but that's not where the jobs are.
I don't know. Get a research grant, and there you go.
Get a
Step
research
one,
grant
get a
over
grant.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Step one, get a
that's-
grant.
Yeah, he'll just go down to the local grant mart
Yeah.
and pick up a
Yeah.
grant.
Hey, you know, both of you guys are in like high tech industries degree stuff. There's grants like coming out of people's ears. You should try getting a grant when you're like a history major.
you should
That's
try
never
living
gonna
over
happen.
here.
Oh, is that right, Jonas?
Yeah, yeah. No, that's no grants. That's you have to like inherit a fortune if you're gonna do that.
I
I mean,
see, on my
the thing is, though, history already happened, right? That's
Yeah.
nothing new in history.
Wow.
Once again, he insults me.
Wow, Shape.
You know, changed my mind.
Fucking sick of you.
Wow. Wow. The
Yeah,
contention.
if I was good at history, I'd offer some, counter
I'm about to
argument. But I'm
expand the
not.
horse glue factory to accept sheep.
Yes.
It's fine. Engineering, at least over here, is a lot of people saying they know a lot about things that only they know a lot about, and people not understanding what they're doing. So
My professor in the machine learning department is, I think he might be a bit deceptive in the sense
Oh, no.
that he presents himself as a super professional person, and I truly believe that he is. Like he seems like one of the top of the field, cutting edge people in the sort of research area, which is great. But his office is a sea of papers
Yeah.
strewn about randomly.
Yeah.
It's truly terrifying, actually.
it might be
Terrifying
random
office.
to you, but to him, that is his mind palace of papers.
Yes. Sits in there, he sees everything in front of him.
Yeah.
Like he is the only professor that doesn't immediately offer students to call him by his first name.
Oh.
Like I don't think he does that, even though he's friendly and all, but he just doesn't do that.
Yeah.
So he's like, he seems to be a stickler for rules, but then
Yes.
you walk into his office and your entire worldview of him shatters.
This person is human, just like me. It's a huge mess.
He's also Dr. Professor. And don't you dare.
Doctor Professor.
Yeah, and don't you dare. Dr. Science, that's him. Don't you dare say otherwise.
Yeah. And there's a couple professors at my uni that got 2 doctor titles,
Yes.
as well as like a Belgian doctor title, which is like rare naturalis or something.
Yeah.
So they're
So
triple
they got a
doctors.
triple doctor, super long name. It's pretty great, actually.
Gosh. Gosh.
Maybe I should do a master's.
Hey, you should. Come over here, do your masters. Free of charge.
For the
Wait,
masters, yeah.
Mhm.
Not for my
not everything
survival.
else. Not for
Yeah.
living expenses.
You know.
Who needs to live in this day and age, right?
You can live in the dining room
Oh,
of Jonas.
There's a little corner in the kitchen you can sleep.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Put down a
Grumble
bed.
bear sleeps
Yeah.
there.
Just give me the scraps and I'll be fine.
Now you're living the student life.
Valky the bear just sits and stares and stares and stares at the riverside.
That is hauntingly accurate.
I know. My river is beautiful, okay?
It is, you know.
You'll never love anyone as much as Valky the bear loves you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
Don't
did
understand
enjoy the riverside in Stockholm.
It is.
It's great.
Beautiful.
Think of all the things you'll do together.
It's the city on the water and the capital of Scandinavia, as we usually call it.
Don't stuff me in the closet and forget about me, Jonas.
Oh, because then the bear might start banging the door, and
The bear will turn into a
Yeah.
horrid monstrosity.
that was
That's just what I make up.
what was his name? Jonathan Bear. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bear.
Jonathan. Mhm.
Gosh, but when you started, you're like, There's something slightly odd with this bear, and then like you go along, you're like,
why
oh
is there a huge ass
no,
lock on this closet?
why is it
Jump
dragged?
punch Tanaka. Yeah, go fucking kill yourself.
Oh, punch Tanaka.
That game is a masterpiece, and no one will convince me otherwise.
I was genuinely taken by that game. Like I enjoyed it immensely.
We never did the optional stuff though. We didn't have time for that, unfortunately.
It was a good run through though. I liked it.
Yeah.
I think the my favorite part was definitely the high school dating sim part of it.
Yeah.
That was
That
wonderful.
was great.
When I saw Punch Tanaka's like artwork during the whole high school thing, I fucking squeed. I was like, yeah, this is everything I've ever wanted.
Hey kid.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see Malika online, so that's a good sign.
To start.
Well, he didn't have issues going online. It was just using his router for stuff.
Oh boy.
So, fingers crossed.
Yes.
Imagine my surprise when I said I'm busy for a few minutes, but I saw like everyone was online. It's like that's good. And then I finished being busy, and I'm like, Manikai's not here. Less than stellar.
Yes. It's an ill omen. It's fine.
It's like the man who's about to be hanged at the gallows. Without him, there won't be a show.
Wow.
Yeah.
As gallows as you can get.
Yeah. I wonder if I should pick up Hurl Breath as a feat. It seems very useful.
It seems like a pretty good feat, huh?
Yeah.
But feats are they feel so valuable, but then you look at the feats and most of them are really boring. I'm confused.
They yeah, it's feats are great, but it really is you gotta pick what. Like I know there are good feat options for every situation, but it really depends on what we're doing. Like, because they're dragons, I picked the breath ones. I'm sure anyone else wouldn't in this situation if they weren't a dragon. So it really depends on what applies to you.
It does help that our breath is bigger. That makes a huge difference.
Yeah, that is partially the reason why.
Yeah, as I noted in the Discord, like the area expanding, like means that you're going to hit far more spaces than a blast that was even just like a few spaces like bigger.
Yeah. R square. Radiant.
Right.
Yes. Science.
So, yes. Pi science.
Yes, of course.
Now we're talking science.
Like an area burst 3 equals a close blast 7, and we certainly don't have a 7 blast, so
Man,
Not
those blast
yet.
7, that'll be.
even if you get like the +2 blast range, we still have blast 6, which is
I get a thing
smaller.
that, if somehow my breath is thunderous, I can increase the size of all thunder things by 1. So that'll never happen. But
Just
You
need
just
to
just
turn your
thought.
breath into thunder.
Yeah.
You telling me that you can get a thing that does a thing has immediately turned me off of playing this game today.
Okay.
Well,
Right.
Oh dear.
Manikai never shows up. That will be okay with me.
Wow.
Maybe he
actually-
can get a thing that does a thing that allows him to boot his router up and have it work properly
Oh,
for
wouldn't that be
1 to 4
something?
hours.
Let me tell you, Griffith, if you're using me as an excuse not to play, that's fine.
No, I'm using your pithy. I got it. I can get a thing that does a thing.
Mhm.
Thing.
I mean, don't we all have things that do things deep in our hearts?
Glue factory.
My lack of flavor is a part of me. So
The blandness.
yeah.
As if I were Soliath, you just denounced my entire life's work, sheep. So we're not on good terms right now.
Ouch.
It'll forever go down in history, we should say.
You can't tell me you never heard these stereotypical teases that all history students have to deal with.
There's a difference between I've never heard them.
You know I don't mean it, Greta.
You've said many things, Sheep.
I
Calling me a corpulent wizard.
Oh,
I did not. I mentioned that I
goodness.
do not like corpulent wizards in the context of the Vermintide enemy, and you've somehow taken that personally.
Oh gosh.
It's fine. We all know Grimmett is a beautiful specimen. It's fine.
I think if there's anything I've proven over all these years, this past decade, in this role-playing with fucking Europeans, it's that, like a dwarf, I am easily offended, and I carry grudges with me for years. Fireball during the summer fun.
That's
That, on the other hand, I think is a very valid grudge.
whoa. Don't get me started on grudges, people.
I need to hear about this.
Laser scorpion.
There's a laser scorpion, I seem to recall.
So Valky, once upon a time, we were playing the Summer Fun campaign, which was this whole Sandpoint like Pathfinder thing ported into the D&D 4th edition. There was a floating skull enemy that we encountered during while exploring like a dungeon area beneath Sandpoint. It lobbed a fireball at us that quickly nearly led to our TPK. Just utterly new.
All right, fireballs are dangerous.
I was like, wow.
It was just a conversion mistake that happens, and it's
because Jonas
I
wanted
believe
that.
it's not an actual grudge.
Jonas wanted that to carry the adventure path story, the Rise of the Rune Lords thing, but he wanted to run it in D&D 4e instead of Pathfinder, and so he ended up doing conversion stuff for everything to translate it, and that was something that there was a translation hiccup.
It's a glitch, let's say. According to my table, it was perfectly balanced for the party, and then it just wiped everyone. You're like, oh well.
As balanced as me critting Griffin God nearly every time.
Oh, that was great though. That was great. You just constantly critting him with your AoE attacks.
I had a wizard controller, Valky, and I was doing Thunder Wave stuff to push enemies away, and occasionally Griffin God's character, who's a melee guy, would end up within the blast, and Griffin God would be like, "Oh, Solorov," because that was the name of my character. "Oh, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Don't worry, it'll be fine. You got a durable fortitude or whatever." Crit.
Oh wow.
Oh shit.
You even took the feat that gave you a bonus if you hit an ally.
Yes.
What?
I probably crit him 3 or 4 times over the course of the campaign.
Oh, it was great, and even a very difficult fight. You're like, I could hang like this. Oh, Griffin God is in it, but it's probably fine. And then,
what are the odds? Right?
Yes, critical. And it's like, oh god, that hurt. Good times.
I remember his reaction to my screaming scarecrow too.
Oh, that was great. You also, for some reason, stole grilled chicken from the inn.
And, yeah, a turkey leg or something from the innkeeper. I fed it to my horse that ate meat.
Oh.
Server should be up now. Turns out the culprit was indeed Windows Update, who had quietly taken over my internet connection so that it could update, and then told me promptly, in 2 minutes your computer will be restarted.
Nice.
Which
the insidious computer killer.
with an OK being the only option. I don't appreciate this whole Windows service thing. Goddamn software engineers always out to get me.
I mean, they have to keep that job somehow.
I mean, we're talking about grudges. Manikai versus software is the ultimate.
Just
hardware and
fix it if
software.
it doesn't break.
That's why we still haven't updated our map tool, and they're in the 1.5s now.
Yeah, it
Manikai's
wasn't
no,
because of other games. For me, it would still be on 1.9.4 or something. 3B, maybe.
Yeah, 1.3, 87.
It works. I mean,
True.
But Sheep, surely I can find an ally in you. There's a difference between it working at 72% efficiency and 88% efficiency. Just because something works doesn't mean that it can't be improved, right, Sheep?
I mean, sure. On the other hand, have you seen the new map tools?
Yeah, I think it's great.
It's wishy-washy. They changed the icon of the measuring tool to something weird.
Oh my
What is
god.
it?
Something
German ingenuity, man, right here. Oh no, the
Like-
iconography is different. Ah.
Don't fix what isn't broken.
Yes, that's what Sheep. I'm glad to have you. Unexpected.
On the
Welcome
hand,
in
though,
this discussion.
I
on
can't
the other
believe
hand,
Sheep
though,
just said
Yeah,
don't
I
fix
can't.
it isn't broken.
Hang on,
we
Sheep.
have just reintroduced the old World of Warcraft to people, and they're loving it. So I feel like
no, Malachite, please don't start.
that is entirely
Just don't.
okay.
Sheep as the master tinkerer comes out.
Don't fix. I'll remember that the next time you're fucking with a macro. Don't fix what isn't broken, buddy.
Well, it broke.
I mean, I made macros that are functional. I don't introduce things that are pointless. Well, I do sometimes, but then it's just, you know, then it's just practice for me, which also has a point.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Everything has a purpose.
yeah.
Yep, of course.
Very teleological.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here we are in beautiful hag caverns.
Here you go, Valky. Just loop this over the course of the entire session.
This is okay. That's quite loud.
You can do it too if you want, Jonas.
Yes, this song is great.
All right. Well, is everyone ready to go?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready.
Because before we get to our goals, I will do a recap.
Sure.
Oh,
Sure.
All right. Last time we had just located the ruined fortress / keep that the dwarves were perhaps looking for on an island in the middle of a huge lake. However, it seemed to be inhabited with a multitude of Darrow, something that we decide to leave for now, at least, and move on to our more prominent problem, the hags. Veritrix apparently found then the right time to reveal his mental message from one of the hags, Mother Druma, beholding the dragons to go where the troglodytes do not pass, as she offers an opportunity. And so, to find out where, first of all, this location was, we interrogated the deer were-serpent that Tilraxos had captured. He revealed that it lay further north, where a control swarm of insects prevented most from passing by basically devouring them. Once we reached there, we were greeted by one of the hag's trolls, as he bid us to wait. After a time, she arrived and laid bare to us her proposal. In essence, her sisters kind of like all the power they're getting and have voted her out of the partnership of sorts. So Mother Druma wishes for us in return for serving us, render both of her sisters incapacitated enough that she can work her corrupting influence or magic upon them, because she is a pact hag, a creature that is good at manipulating people's will with or without their consent, allowing them to be subservient and having 3 hags and their personal guard at her disposal. That's a pretty good offer. However, it was pretty obvious that she was throwing herself down in order to save herself in a blatant power play. But, with a bit more pressing about the weaknesses of the other 2 hags and their forces, and also inviting herself to put herself in danger, to pull away some of the guard, we deemed it a better alternative than, taking them all at once. So we agreed to do so. So the insects parted ways, allowed us to pass, didn't kill us. Great. And so began the hag purge. So we headed in the direction of one of the mothers. I think it was Mother Hiss, but I can't remember. We encountered a bunch of Juragards and a whole manner of monstrosities. And this battle of ours actually has yet to conclude, as we started the session just having defeated another cohort of Juragar and a 2-headed ogre / giant thing called the Wardens. And yeah, that's where we are.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Even though it's been a little bit.
We were definitely heading for Mother Hiss.
Yes.
Though you were told that both the hags are likely to be in the swamp. One of them it might currently be out, sort of doing
Mhm.
things in the like water area.
It's good to have dreams.
Yeah, so currently you have all your goal slots filled. So unless there's something you want to get rid of,
Can you remind me?
Well, let's take a look.
I can just put them down here. Yeah.
We talked a lot, didn't we?
Let's see here. No, I think
Mhm.
at least I think I'm fine with that.
I mean, sure, arm a bunch of petulant, weak lizards, burn down an insignificant village. Yep, I'm great. Put my passive aggressiveness in the tool chest, and I'm good to go.
Hey, it's not passive aggressive. You say it is.
Just aggressive.
Just
huh?
aggressive.
Just
yeah.
aggressive. Yeah.
Damn it. I lack subtlety. Shit.
More passive, please.
Okay, I'll get on that.
Want to buy.
That's his whole character.
Oh, I'm fine as well.
Good
Alright.
to go.
Yeah. If sheep is fine, then we're good to go.
Yeah, I think all of our goals are still reasonable.
Mm.
I'm not too fussed about actually. Well, actually, I am fairly fussed about the behemoths. Take that back.
Otherwise, you wouldn't put them there.
Exactly, yeah.
Sheep is first.
I'm
Sheep is
fussed.
normally fussed. Yeah.
Behemoth fussed.
This just in.
Fussed in general.
Mm.
All right, let's
The first step
continue
of
our
that
crusade.
journey might be find out how many behemoths there are. Yeah. Well, I mean, we can pretty much pick up where we were. You did encounter the the what was just referred to as the gardener, who seemed to be a little guy controlling the locust swarms that Valak sort of almost got into a sort of a staring contest with.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't a
So-
contest. He won right away.
Oh yes, the little gnome doesn't want to be around you, and promptly left when allowed. I'm not feeling any great desire to mess with a bunch of dragons. So it seems like he was somewhat in on this whole plot. The heck stuff going on. Yeah. You remember, of course, what you were told about the hags and their abilities and servants, and about the area you're moving into.
I think Mother Hiss had a big hydra. Is that what she had? Or was that the other one?
That was the other one.
Oh,
What was the other one?
so okay. Sure. I guess she has snakes.
She has a drowning area thing.
You.
I think. It's been a little bit.
You can of course ask me questions that your character might remember, but if you remember what it would be, you need to ask. All right, and then we have.
Good questions, Tina. All of these.
What are we doing in life?
What are we doing?
Killing hags. Or not killing, sorry, subduing. I'm supposed to kill them yet.
Gently.
Gently incapacitating them, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, cats being silly.
We're going to read them a bedtime story.
Yes, I will reveal a little bit more on this Underdark map here. That's why I spirited away. God, oh, wrong layer. Barstrix.
Oh, what did I do?
I spirited you away to reveal a little more on the Underdark map.
Oh, cool.
See the, I guess you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, going further in, the area you were moving towards seems to be like a large cavern with some growth in the bottom, but really, like it's one of those large caverns that sort of has a low ceiling in many vaulted, sort of bulbous shapes. So many like smaller caverns, just with no walls really. It has water covering pretty much all of the bottom of it, though most of the water is shallow. You remember last time we were told that that this cavern actually is almost like two caverns, one sort of on top and one below, almost like an hourglass, but with multiple sort of narrow trenches between them. Other creatures that are not hags, are not good at swimming, usually don't go in here, because if you fall down into one of these like almost hidden holes in the floor, you could just sink very far deep into the cold water of the cavern below, which is entirely submerged. There's no light there, and most creatures might just have a trouble like finding a way up again, struggling to push themselves through the surface of the cavern that's mostly just rock with these few holes in them. It's also where the hags have taken to dump all sorts of things they don't care about. Unruly minions, dumping in the lake holes. Like found a giant dead insect, just dump it in there. That's how it goes. An ever convenient way to get rid of things. It is also not so much of an issue for you all because you most likely will just fly above the shallow water, which will sort of negate the whole point of
Yeah, I
perhaps
think none
falling
of
in
us are particularly interested in wading through water.
No. It's a lot of effort, honestly.
Beyond that, the water is very stagnant. There is no sort of animals to be seen except for again the buzzing of various insects. Though these ones seem smaller and probably like just various like centipedes and stuff like that moving about. Perhaps even a few snakes in the slithering through the water snakes. It has a very sort of swampy feel. A sort of stagnant smell, very damp, quiet sound.
It's quite amazing how many different environments are down here. You'd think it'd just be one big cave, but not quite just a big cave, is it?
All the face sorcery.
Yes. As you move in, what's your approach trying to find this hack? You were told, you were given some directions, so it's not really your problem won't really be finding them. That might normally be a problem. This place is big, but chance are you can probably stumble in the right direction and then see something. I mean, presumably these hacks don't just live like on the bare splatter of
I
rock.
assume there'll be some natural progression of like the caverns getting a bit more habitable, like not in our sense, but like for hags. Given what Vertrix has known about the past, can he try and like maybe dodgeteering check to see if the path is changing as they pass through to get a direction?
Engineering would be applicable here, I think, to get some stuff
Yeah.
about it.
Let's find myself. There I am. Let's roll this. Wow. 13.
Yeah, it seems to him like this is mostly just pretty shitty cave. Like it's not really a good place to build anything. Certainly, because most things just sort of, if wood would rot and rock maybe, but it would very quickly get overgrown and sort of greenified. Beyond that, he actually remembers that the hack they're currently looking for, his was described as a bog hag. So this might actually just be what they like.
Okay.
Those ones they seem to maybe they like stagnant water and like sort of scummy, filthy ponds.
Ew.
Yeah, then I guess we follow that ickiness. Yeah.
Where's the most scumminess? Let's go there.
Yeah.
Lots of scum. Yeah, and as you do, it's almost as if you can sense the slithering eyes of serpent creatures watching as you begin moving further in. Lying in hiding in various
No peeking.
spots.
The only thing allowed to sliver is us.
Well, we're planning a surprise. Do not look. No peeking.
It's a secret party.
Surprise! Happy birthday! You're 2,164 years old.
Not for the dragon raid.
It's a pain in the ass finding this many candles.
Oh boy, let me tell you.
The
Bought all the candles.
whole valley is just candles. Runella's like, oh man,
Why do you need so many
what a
candles?
nightmare.
Varys just stares at her. It has to be perfect.
Yeah.
As I envision it. Oh man. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have any nature. Track down a hag.
It's all right. You'll find him. It's not a huge problem really. As the dragons move along.
Guess there isn't like a doorbell or anything.
No, it looks pretty much like a sort of the hags. Presumably creatures that think of themselves as pretty smart and clever, and also do predicting of things. They probably think they know when you'll be there.
Oh.
Vertilith, I'm sure, tries to pick up a Duragar slave, like running and like ask in a few questions, but it doesn't fucking speak common, only undercommon. So she gives up, like chucks the thing in like one of the bog like pools.
You might speak Dwarven too, like in
Yeah.
sort of, yeah.
Turns out none of those languages were significant to us.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you're dragons, right? Other people should
Right.
make attempt. You need like a sniveling jester who can translate, right?
That's right. But while we secretly know what the languages mean, so that we can call the jester on this bullshit.
Yeah, I mean it takes a little while to get there. I'd say you could take a short rest, but I'm pretty sure you already did last time. So,
I think we did, yeah.
so as you move in through the caverns, finding eventually what looks like construction. As you come sort of flying here from the south cavern, it's low flying. There's not a lot of ceiling here if you don't want to go in the water. Just to explain what you see here, you see some mushrooms, some plants sort of sticking out of the area, seemingly having large root networks that sort of sprawl further. Mycelium covering much of the underwater sort of area. That's basically the green stuff is sort of fungus covered, like underwater area. These darker patches is where if you enter those without flying, you will just plump down far below into some unknowable depth. So don't do that. It would be
An unknowable
the,
depth, so.
That's the voice of God saying, "Just don't." Like,
yeah, it is not
That
something.
sounds like
the
a
dragons
challenge.
would see it and figure that is not a good idea to go in.
A yawning abyss.
Seems like a cold black pit.
Oh dear.
Well,
Beyond that, as you go here, someone has like a figure is standing upon the what is really like a raised stone dais that just gets high enough to avoid the water line, probably so that someone can sit and be brooding without having to be all wet at the same time. So is it what seems to be like a withered crone is out there, a pale bluish skin, stretched thinly as parchment over what seems to be arthritic bones. Around her is actually scattered many bones, what seems to be sort of tribalish fetishes of various sorts. He's wearing a couple of necklaces and bracelets of various kinds. And the one thing that stands out a lot to you might be the crone's eyes that are piercing. And although the creature seems like it should be sort of at the brink of death physically, its eyes betray a malevolent and powerful intelligence. As it sort of moves to stand up, it's quite clear that this perhaps even to Tilraxus, that this crone is not the kind of crone you would generally think of when you think sort of fey hags, as the body twists in strange ways, and just the presence around it makes you feel uneasy and sort of wrong.
Okay.
Normally, these creatures might well try to hide their natural appearance and sort of appear as if they were humanoids of other sorts, but it seems that this crone expects deception to be pointless.
Right.
Something you do notice as you move closer is actually that even though it seems sort of like this, again, this should be a creature that is weak and pathetic, sort of in its physical strength. It stands up and sort of its arms almost reach the floor when it's in standing form, as they are long and twisted and full of sharpened bones.
Kind of like
Its
a troll.
fingers, kind of like a troll, yeah. Its fingers are twisted into these large sort of rending claws that on the underside of them have almost jagged edges, as if made for sawing through stone or bone.
Hmm.
It turns to look at you, its bones sort of almost creaking as it does. In the water around it, you can see large pale shapes as well, moving to stand up. Beyond that, I would like you to do, if you would, as you approach here, I assume this is something you want to do. If you don't want to do it, then don't. But perception checks would be good.
Yes.
Do we have freedom to position ourselves? I don't want to move forward, but I would like to move
Yeah,
more like
you
ladder
could do
like.
that. I think that's fine.
Okay. I don't want to be all bunched up.
I can give a little more just to like give. I just didn't want to make the battlefield too large, but it's
I
not like
understand.
most of it's going to be used. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna give you a little more here, so you have more of an idea of like the shape. There's a wall
Yep,
there,
like,
and that's
got
the outer wall of the thing. So
I just didn't want to be clustered up with the others.
Makes sense. We're horrible people. I'm gonna do my perception check now. Okay, I'm cursed.
Strong 13.
Yeah. Unlucky number.
Oh,
Nat 20. All
wow,
right.
look at that.
maximum perception.
7. Nice.
No, Valak was probably so weirded out by this creature and disgusted by the situation that he's paying an uncharacteristically high amount of attention to things.
It's like you can't look away. It's so horrible.
Verliv, on the other hand, she's been thinking about the gardener and like the beautiful like gardening outside, and she's looking at some of this, and she's like thinking like ideas like to file away. Like I could have this, I could decorate my. I could just move in here. Like what if I just lived here?
All right. Well, as you look, Toraxes and Valdemir, could you give me like a Arcana, Nature, or an Engineering check if you have them?
Oh god. Oh, let me see.
You don't have to, but if you have them, then
Sure.
That's what Tilraxis cares about, religion.
Yes, certainly high on his list.
Very pious.
Oh, actually, quite.
Maybe
He's
take
been
a
brushing
lesson.
up recently.
Yeah.
The whole giant gods thing kind of hasn't
so
been on
so
his-
maybe Toraxes is the one that when looking at this. Oh, let's reveal
Secret.
Toraxes as he looks. He perhaps it's the Fey sort of part of him, or the Fey sort of implied knowledge of his ancestors that tells him that this thing is actually wrong. This is the Fae like things that are murderously beautiful. This thing is hideous, and the Fae do not like this. This thing is aberrant. It has somehow been touched by something from the outer voids that have taken root in it and begun to sort of corrupt it, if you will. Perhaps once it was Fae, but it certainly isn't any longer.
It reminded me of how you described the plague-touched harpies, like with the inherent like wrongness about them.
In fact, because you rolled so well, I'm going to give you a mechanical effect too. This is a creature that mechanically can be described as being very unwholesome.
What?
In fact, so unwholesome that if you're within 3 squares and it has an aura, you only heal half hit points.
Ouch.
As you just begin to, you're unable to sustain yourself. It begins to sap away at you in many sort of ways, in willpower, in like just your ability to live. Breathing gets more difficult. as it twists, strangely fast and strangely strong.
Nasty.
Does that also apply to temporary hit points?
No, it's just healing, right?
And not healing marked powers either. It's the regaining of hit points. So you can use a healing power within that aura on someone outside of it, and they won't have it reduced.
Ah, okay. Cool.
It's the person receiving hit points and healing that's within aura. Beyond that, you see with your perception checks there, you see what seems to be ready guards, effectively. Twisted, pale creatures, warped into the shape of large reptiles, moving around. You fought them before, these sorts of things. So the ones you fought before seemed almost just mad and sort of feral. These ones move intelligently and seem to work in an intelligent manner. Their large jaws hanging slightly open, as they are ready to receive whoever tries to attack their mother, planning to close their large jaws upon them, and probably, the proximity to these deep pits might suggest what they might do with someone they seemingly having little regard for their own life.
There's a lot of Croxigore going on here.
I want to wear Crocs.
Beyond that, with the rather excellent, there your perception checks there.
Yep.
You actually both somehow, Rathnith and Tilraxus managed to spot the what seems to be the hiding were serpents that also slithering around.
Yes.
The strange creature, as I said or described, standing up as you fly closer, the whoosh of your wings sort of echoing deeply, making you probably feel large and strong as the cave sort of shudders slightly at your movement.
Well, that's a correct feeling because we are large and strong.
What is your approach?
Well, I mean, we need to subdue this person, so.
Straight up hostility from me. Vertilif's, not even Vertilif's here for conversation. We already made our deal with the hag that we wanted.
We got a job to do. Well, not a job. We have a request that we might do, so I guess we'll do it.
All right.
The backpedaling, I love it.
Then each of you, I will say, can take a move action before we roll initiative.
All right.
Because you're already in flight.
Oh, wow. So far.
Okay.
How high up could we be?
You guys go ahead.
3.
So is the shallow water here difficult terrain?
Not for you, no. And not for any of the creatures present. For Duergar, it would be, definitely. Or like any medium creatures that is not sort of a semi-aquatic reptile. It definitely would be a problem. You're too big. I don't think the water is high enough that it would really impede you in your current size. Neither would the vegetation. You could rip it out or destroy it or whatever.
I think Valenith is gonna move towards Verlith here because this is weird and seems to be.
Vertilif's basically like, why the
she
fuck
can
are you
handle.
moving next to me, you dumb bastard? I don't want to be next to you.
Yeah, she got away
Listen.
like before, and I was like, every time he gets closer.
Lightning just exists to aggravate this character of mine. Like, there's no other. Really.
Are you happy with your placements?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Why do we have 2 initiative macros, Valky?
I don't know.
Okay, check.
I do too for some reason.
I can't get rid of it because it's your job to do that, and I can't.
Oh yeah, I
do it.
have 2 as well.
Oh, so
I
there's
don't.
one really fancy one that seems to. Oh, that's healing.
Apparently, my character is so pissed that I rolled a 20 on initiative. My god.
Yeah, well, Valky, I'm just gonna.
Angriest dragon.
Right.
That just adds to initiative, rolls initiative, and that is exactly the same thing. So there, and I'll delete one of them. There we go. Sheep, you said you had that?
initiative one.
Oh yeah, you have like a random one. I don't know. Maybe it copied itself to you when I clicked it or something. So
It was a few sessions ago where I had another one too, but I was able to delete that one. I can
Ah.
tell the difference between the initiative buttons because my government sanctioned one is big because I need it big.
massive.
Right?
All right. Well, that seems like how it should be.
All right.
Yeah, this crocodile is readying itself for someone coming closer to it. It is not gonna move out from its current position, at the moment at least. Letting Rodolith take the initiative.
This is weird for her to live, but Valignov got closer and she got angry. I will go ahead and move here.
Mhm.
As a move action, as a minor action, I will use my Psionic Vigor to give myself 8 temporary hit points. And a standard action is going to be... So, mechanical question, Manikai, because this has never come up before. For my lodestone lore that pulls enemies towards me, how does that work if I'm in flight?
Pull diagonally, I
Mhm.
guess.
Like this isn't normally a question for the player's handbook because they don't assume that the
Mhm.
characters can fly. So
I mean, if you pull them, they're not capable of moving. I mean, how does force move? Let me just check. Because they might be pulled up, but I don't know if it's if they have to be able to move in that direction. In which case, they would just pull to the nearest possible area.
okay.
But let's see here. You must move it closer. Isn't hindered by difficult terrain. Does not provoke. It can't move a target into a path it could not enter by walking.
Okay. So I could pull something adjacent, roughly around me, or even beneath me, but I can't pull
Yes.
something up into the air next to
You
me.
can move it. You can move it closer to you as much as you can. But if it, I mean, it says clear path, so I don't know that the rules exactly anticipate the situation.
I understand.
But it seems the closest one would be that they have to be able to physically make it there.
Yeah, makes perfect sense to me. Okay. I will standard action 1 power point, a lodestone lore attack then against the Were-Serpent 1, turning this into a melee 5 attack.
All
She
right,
flies in the air. That is a 20 versus will against the Were-Serpent.
that hits.
5 untyped damage. It is pulled 4 squares towards me, and can only move to squares that are adjacent to me until the end of my next turn. So, since I'm in the air above it, can't legally move up there, then it can't move.
No.
All right. It's the end of my turn.
All right. This creature will as well just over here and anticipate approaches. The servant can't move. Well, that's bad for him, and he's not. He's pretty much in the open. Normally, he would try to hide, or slither away and do his thing. They are very very sneaky after all. But no, he can't move. What he can do, however, is heal 5 hit points with his regeneration.
You sure can. Sick green light tugging at as a lasso around the serpent.
This guy doesn't really know that he's been found out. I'm basically gonna. No, I could mark them as hidden, but I won't because they're not hidden from you right now. He thinks he's been very sneaky. He thought his 24 stealth was great, but
My God.
or 6.
So for the characters who actually notice them, have they do we do?
I would have only been able to target this Were-Serpent if we had been more
I
forewarned.
think it would.
All right.
You speak Draconic, they don't really. Well, maybe they do actually.
Sure. That's fine.
No, they don't. They don't gain languages from being were creatures.
That's fine because I am perfectly far enough anyway to. All right. So, just to clarify, sorry. What can I see then?
Everything.
Everything. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
He will use 2 power points to grip the serpent and that one. They're both within 10. See what happens. 19 and 26 versus Fortitude.
Which two are you targeting?
This one and this one. We're Serpent 2 and 1.
No. Yeah. Which means that those are both hits.
Alright, it's squished. 14 force damage, and they're both immobilized until the end of Verstrix's next turn. Let's see.
Like this.
Then he will. How far away is this? You can only hit it there. Is that enough? Let's see. No. Alright. That's it for him for now.
All right. Well, this guy has clearly been discovered, but is immobilized. It is until the end of Varys's next turn, so he will have to stay.
Yep.
But again,
Oh, it's an awkward situation because everything is really far away. So, Velinov will do what he does best. Go here and total defense. Let's
he's
see what
landed.
happens. Yeah, he's landed. He's waiting for the water.
Troll access. Troll access.
Yes, yes. Well, we need to start killing. So, move and land here, and then he will do a charge on this gripped serpent.
Or immobilized serpent, yeah.
Stay flying no longer. As it bounces through the water, it'll give him a good swing. I'm charging. Advantage. Yep. Service AC and 41 damage on the charge.
That certainly hits
Yeah.
and does a lot of damage,
Yes.
bloodying the serpent.
Excellent.
Bloody serpents.
Bloody serpent. Let's see. They had a poison, I seem to recall.
Yeah, I mean they certainly do. He was actually affected by that, as I think the only one. Their poison does not damage, but they weaken and make you sort of
Like that.
slow and weakened and unable to do much.
All right. Well, I will.
They also have the ability to wrap up anything that's medium sized or smaller.
Right. Well,
But they can still grab you and like cling onto you, even if
Right.
they can't like crush you.
well, there's a lot of stuff potentially coming in here, so we'll pop Shroud of Shadow to gain some temporary hit points and concealment.
Hmm.
That's it.
All right. The hag will actually begin moving with an unnatural speed through this gross water. Moving over here and then charging Telrexos.
Alright.
Seeing him charge its creatures. It takes quite a bit of offense to that. You can feel the unwholesome aura sort of rushing over him. Comes close, reaching out its large claws. It wishes to claw him first once,
Hit.
and then twice. And then, because it hit with both of them, it will basically lay into him as a special power. I don't know what
We haven't seen any of these enemies hit with both attacks in a while.
rips into him.
Yeah, that certainly hurts.
Oof. 15 for. Ooh, yeah. That's some damage.
She has identified you as a representative of that stupid Fey court.
Maybe.
She does
Right.
not appreciate you.
She's bringing her petition to the court.
I don't appreciate her. So
After she's done a successful charge, she can also shift 2 squares.
Right.
We'll shift here. And well, seeing one way of doing things, this boy will follow Mother's suit, thumping and sort of crawling and slithering through the water to get to Tilraxus. Trying to bite him to see if it can like clamp him in its big jaws.
Done. No. No.
Apparently
Safe.
able to grab him, in which case it could.
Paladin defenses, everyone.
I'm actually charged, right? So it'd have a +1.
I did pop my defense things. I think I have a +2 to my defenses.
All right.
Yeah, he has partial
I'll
concealment.
make sure. As this serpent here, very sneakily, it understands. It has been hidden all this time. So it'll
Master sneak.
go out here, and then seems like they're actually fairly partial to this whole slithering situation. He'll just move over here in a charge as well. Basically like what would have been like a hidden jump, sort of on being ready for it, trying to bite him with its a natural 20 actually.
Yeah, that's
That'll be 11 damage, and you will be affected by poison. For -2 to attack rolls and weakened condition, save ends both.
The total defense does nothing.
So basically runs. Maybe it was looking more at that big crocodile thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Jumping at him and just links its fangs into him.
and weakened.
-2 to attack rolls. Never. Well, tile. Again, moving.
And weakened was half damage.
Yes.
Mhm.
Be more intelligent than the others. Move here and charge in for that +1 to hit, trying to bite. So
Yeah, that would also do it.
all right.
What?
Then
Oh shit.
does 12 damage and makes you grabbed, which means you cannot move away from him until you're not. And then he'll do his secondary attack, reaching out with his claws as well to try to
if
scratch
he
at you.
charges, he can only do one thing.
Yeah.
It ends his thing.
Yeah, charge ends his turn.
It's part of his bite.
Part of the bite, yeah. That is a miss,
He hits,
however.
he gets to make a bonus attack.
28 misses because I'm at 29 AC currently.
All right, just trying to mark, but fails. Verlith.
Verlith will fly here. Let's see. Yeah, we can fly here, like so. Ta-da! She'll remain in the air. She sees that black hole right there, and nah, she's good. She doesn't want to land right next to that. But looking at the were crocodile, she, as a standard action, will extend that that thin, sickly green lasso of energy again towards were crocodile 2. 28 versus will.
Yep.
The were crocodile is pulled 1 square towards me.
Mm-hmm.
Does that release the grab on Veliknith, or does he go along for
He
the
would
ride?
go along with it.
Okay.
I believe. Wait,
No.
maybe actually
you
grab.
We had the topic with the owlbear. I'm
Yes,
pretty sure.
And I pulled Tilraxos out of the reach of the owlbear by pulling Tilraxos.
The grab condition ends when the grab creature leaves the grabbing effect's range, which would mean
it would be pulled then, and you would just not be grabbed anymore.
Okay, good.
Nice.
That was my intent. Verlith pulls the were crocodile a bit towards her with a sickly green energy, thus releasing Veliknith.
Yeah. Which is about to do it like you do know them. They have like a special attack they do when they have their mouth.
Yeah, she remembers fighting these were crocodiles before. That's no surprise. As a minor action, I am going to contemplate my life choices and end my turn.
Yeah, this one a little further away from the others, but let's see if we can make it count anyway. can just make it. So he'll do that. Try to charge. Currently, though, it's not being bitten by anyone, so he's going to try to do it. Miss. That. This one is no longer, I believe,
Like you can move to spaces that are just, but he's still immobilized by.
It's
yeah.
still
Restricts.
my next
That's right,
turn, so he's still.
That is where poor guy. Been passed over as more of the snake creatures sort of move out. Slither. He's going to do something that is a minor action, actually, that he can do, which is initiate a serpentine shift. He has a minor action shift.
Oh wow! Okay.
And then his allies also shift. Now the one under Verlith can't do it, of course. But this one, for example.
Wait. He shifts 4, ally shift 2 as an at will power, and there's 4 of them.
Yeah.
And it's a minor action. It's pretty good.
Step it up, leader.
He will make another move to get over here. He can be behind people and be ready to provide flanking. This one can now move in and do that to try to bite Tolraxus, trying to spread the poisoning.
No.
Or Strix. The bog hag sort of giving a sort of almost like a maddened expression, probably enjoying seeing its creatures unleashed in such a battle.
Right. Okay. Well, Veristrix will. Yeah, I think that's an acceptable compromise. As a minor action, he will breathe. Here. So. To get it together.
Yeah. +1 to attack rolls. Woo.
Yes. Where's my macro? There it is. It's 3. 3 targets. 23, 28, 15.
The serpent manages to avoid it, but the 2 other ones will be 2 big boys.
All right. And let's get a +1. And Veristrix will then cast a. He will is switching a weapon, like, I know obviously we're not technically switching weapons, but like the power of what we have. What kind of action is that even?
A move, I think.
All right, he will use the move to switch his orb out and then attack the bog hag and the war serpent 2 underneath it with the 2 power point force grasp.
Okay.
19 and 17.
The hag is too tough for that.
Right.
The serpent is as well, actually.
Okay. I really need to immobilize them to use my orb, but I guess don't think that's gonna work. All right then. Bit of a waste. He's done.
All right. This serpent is no longer immobilized. They're no longer covered. So shift over here to flank Tilvaxus and then try to bite him with a +2. Bellingheth.
All right, let's keep the defensive train going here. Actually, how far is Tyrax? He is 1 space too far.
You
There's
can
a
delay
were
until
serpent
after
in the way.
me. I will most certainly move.
Okay, then delay after Tyraxos.
Tilvaxus.
All right. Well, shift over here. Minor action 2. Let's. Yeah. Minor action. A breath attack. Hitting the were serpent. 2 and 4 and yeah, basically it's going for all of them.
All right.
So that. Hag first.
Oof.
Then serpent 4.
4.
No. 2.
Uh,
Yes. And Fertile. Yes.
So it's 11 damage on those two.
Killing him just as he was about his turn. He falls into like that.
That's what I wanted.
Sinking down slowly.
Excellent. And then Tilraxos will charge. Where's Serpent 5? Oh, Plonk. Do burning damage.
That hits.
And after that, I will use an action point.
Bloodied. All right.
And activate the Wrath of Winter.
Oh my. Winter is pissed.
Oh, it's not encounters daily, but yeah. My actual personal. Every ally within close burst 3 adds my charisma bonus to damage for the entire encounter. So
Alright,
plus
you three.
4. Yeah, plus 4 to damage for us until the end of the encounter.
It's a nice daily.
It is. The anger of the Winter Court infuses me and my allies as we battle these
Yeah.
usurpers.
Good use of a action point, I think.
Yeah, I think so. That's it. Now I hope I survive. Please heal.
All right.
Please heal. Well, your words have been heard. First of all, Velignif is gonna in fact, do that, bashing his shield like into the water, still somehow creating that slight ringing sound, and healing Tyraxos. 4 plus 4. You and each ally in burst will get +1 to all defenses, which is everyone.
Okay. Yay.
And then he will not be undone by these weird abominations of nature and this hag. No. He will show fortitude, and it is in fact inspiring.
Oh,
As Velignif will use a second wind, and everyone gets 14 temporary hit points.
Okay, that overwrites my 8. Got it.
wait, how many did I get for the mending? Sorry. Spending healing surge plus 3.
Healing Surge +4.
+4. 3 plus the 1 for the
Okay.
gloves. You said 13 temp, right? Sheep?
14.
14, sorry.
Yeah, I could have waited until Verdus were gone, but I'm weakened, so attacks don't make much sense currently.
It's perfectly fine. No big deal.
I
So that's the
am
end. You can make a save.
back in action.
And yeah, safe.
Yay.
That's safe.
You're no longer poisoned. Shrugs it off. Move over here. And say something like, I foresaw death at our meeting. I shall try to make it yours. You'll charge in again. Ripping out the claws.
Yeah, that's that's a hit. That's a miss.
And then part of the charge, she'll shift back.
That's fine with me, actually. That's
It's like
I
a Heroes
like that.
3 Harpy hag where she like strikes and then like flies
Croc
back.
down, step in. And,
Hey, Croc, what's up?
he'll always here, so he is flank. Advantage with the +2 to hit.
That's a hit. Yeah, no.
Right, 11 damage and grabbed. And he'll try to claw as well. They're not marked.
Oh.
You are grabbed by him.
Damn.
Holds on to you. Big claws, but locking them down somewhere until Max's body. Maybe it's like his leg or something. Jaw's just snapping like a trap. This serpent doesn't really appreciate where he is right now, but Traxxas needs to be weakened more. He hurt him very much, so he'll bite Traxxas.
No.
And then he'll shift over here.
This is where Rockaldale can only move to squares that are adjacent to me.
Oh, I shouldn't forget.
Hmm.
And he does too. Had to remember that they're not bloodied because you don't actually look that much.
I'll activate the shield on my turn.
All right. Well, he can only move to things that are adjacent to you, which means he's just gonna stand there for now. Yes, he doesn't really have the range. Probably just like snapping up towards Redolith.
Makes sense, yeah.
In nature, crocodiles can jump like actually incredibly far, but that's not modeled in this game. So
They can,
So-
terrifyingly so, yes.
snapping up towards her.
Yeah.
You know,
If Vertolith were not a dragon, she would probably be fucking terrified of that.
it's big.
It's like, mercifully, she is a dragon,
5
yes.
meters from top to tail.
Okay. Vertolith will take a move action to still flying, in her cruise speed. Puts her to here. Okay. That does put that guy within 5. Okay, good. Then, as a standard action, she is going to 1 power point augment a lodestone lore attack at Were Crocodile 1.
Okay.
28 versus Will.
Yep.
Okay, that Were Crocodile 1 is pulled 4 squares to, eventually like a legal space. There you go, that. And until the end of my next turn, can only move to squares that are adjacent to me. Toraxis is no longer grabbed.
And there's a path cleared as well.
Yes. And as a minor action, she is going to breathe poison down at these 2 were crocodiles.
All right.
Like, yep. So, go ahead. Dragon Breath targets. There you go. 28 and 24 versus Reflex.
Yes, and yes.
8 poison damage on them both. The cunning
Strangely
green
nimble
dragon.
for size as they sort of twist and turn.
That's right. Lassoing damn crocodiles. Very much like how I live my life here in South Carolina. This is appealing to me somehow.
Oh, today on Dragons
Today's session is a documentary.
Oh, shit. Observe the were crocodile in its natural habitat. I end my turn.
Quite yeah. All right. Well, this one will which of his natural healing. See that
He can move now.
opportunity for him to slither in, charging to get the +1 and biting. Ooh, it's a natural 20 again. So that'll be 11 damage to Valaknith, and he'll be poisoned. -2 to attack rolls and weakened.
Yay.
It really would be better to do that to Tilraxos, but it was a bit far. So
Defender's doing the good job. Keep
this
them away.
this one will try to see what he can do to see if he can do something to get Tilraxos to not do what he does best. These serpents are smart, and Tilraxos is a very murderous creature. So he'll try
They've
to
heard stories.
Instead
Thank
of
you.
biting here, he'll try to wrap his tail, sort of try to grab onto Tilraxos, prevent him from moving. Oh
What?
my!
Wait, he's smaller than me. He can't grab me.
That might very well be true.
Hang on, I refuse to believe that his serpent can hold Chilraxus in place.
And this is one of the opportunities where we can take advantage of being ground.
Yeah, I mean, he'll slither around my leg, and I'll be like, I mean, yeah, sure. What are you gonna, like?
Like, you can attempt to page 290. I don't know whether they correct this in errata, but it says that you can attempt to grab a creature that is smaller than you, the same size category as you, or 1 category larger than you, which has them. I'm only making a strength attack. I can quickly check the errata.
I mean, I
Sure, but otherwise, Jonas, if you don't want to be grabbed,
yes.
you could. I would say, okay, that seems fair. Then instead, we'll convert this into a having been a bite attack.
So I would get weakened. No, I prefer grabbed in that.
Okay. Then he will have you grabbed. I mean, it's basically like if you're out walking on a Sunday and suddenly someone like a 10-year-old jumps on your back. So on.
That has happened, in fact. But it was a girl, and she was like 16. And yeah, I never understood why.
Lots of actors maybe is puzzled by this
Yes,
situation.
he is.
He has undergone many indignities in his life.
Someone is eager to die for sure.
And will Bide with a flanking try to get him?
No.
Barely. Vorstrix. His buddies are being piled on by reptiles.
Yeah, I wish
Help.
I could help. Well, when you spend all your dailies, there's not much you can do. But let's see. I really want to sort out that bog hag, but the only way I could do it is targeting a really strong defense. So I don't. You know what? I'll try it one last time, and if it doesn't work, fine. He will use his minor action to telekinetically distract Mother Hiss to get combat advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Then he will try the grasp once again on her, and let's see. That were serpent there. He's almost dead.
All right.
So first attack will go on the bog hag. Have a I have +4 to damage as well, don't I? So I didn't have the combat advantage. So that's a 9. No, that's not going to hit. Is it 19 versus fortitude?
Actually, it seems like the hag has very sort of the bones are very thick and strong, twisting and turning as he grasps. It's almost like he's grasping clay or something. Like it's like twisting weirdly to get out of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. It'd be nice to roll more than a 6 or something. All right, well he's done for that turn, I guess.
I didn't find anything in the core rule book to say normal from the in the errata
I
to suggest it. So yeah, medium can grab large.
It's not a were serpent, it's a were luchador.
A human cannot grab a horse. Like,
How dare you?
Yeah, no, like, stop, horse. I'm going to hold you with my arms. The horse could be like, pfft.
Wizards 4th edition is trash.
That's when all immersion broke.
This was the moment that he turned on 4th edition right here.
4th, this is bullshit.
It's not the fire harpies. It's fucking.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I will say, position defense, grapple rules have always.
Yes.
All right. Jolraxos. Wrapped in snake.
I will
with
ready an attack if Mother Hiss comes into base-to-base contact with me.
All right.
Basically, she enters my threatened square.
I tried to free you from being around.
I appreciate it, but you know.
Malignus. Once again,
This is a shitty situation. I don't want to do any attacks, at least any encounter or dailies while I'm weakened.
Kill the wounded one. You can probably do that. I hurt that one pretty bad.
Yeah.
Well, they have been recovering slowly. Their wounds closing up.
Oh, could I have done a swift action to activate my shield?
Sure, I'll let it.
Alright, then we have a silver light, and we have silver weapons. Yay!
Alright, yeah. Velinov is gonna attack Were Serpent 5.
What's the range shield?
It's 5, I think.
So
it's important.
Which means generally far enough.
Yeah.
22
that hits.
For half damage, which would be 7? 6?
6 silver damage.
And he is vulnerable to all damage.
Oh.
But vulnerable 5 against opportunity attack.
Want to do your save?
I do want to do my save.
Was that attack roll factoring in your -2? That's also part of the poison?
Oh, it was not, no.
Well,
that'd be 20 versus
anyway.
Okay.
And I succeed.
Hooray.
5 squares.
Maybe next turn I get to do something cool.
We'll do its charge thing.
5 squares of bright light in all directions from Jolraxos. Yep, Archient is there. The attack triggers, and I will be using Death Angel on Mother Hiss. Let's do this. Woo! Yeah. Roll this. That's not
Just
versus
hits.
AC. That's actually versus will.
Okay.
25 will hits.
Mhm.
All right. Yes. I single out an enemy for punishment, instilling confusion and fear for good measure. So ghastly is my visage that my foe flee in terror. She charges in. She gets hit with 33 necrotic damage. Tyraxos just the fury of the winter court and the darkness just wells up in him and floods her. She now has to immediately either use a free action to move away from me as far as possible or become dazed.
Mhm.
Savens.
I mean, sure, she'll move away from him.
All right. That triggers an attack opportunity for me. That. Melee basic attack. Oh yeah! 20 AC?
Nope, that'll miss.
Alright, well, got away.
Did you want to teleport or?
It says you can also teleport
Yes.
to an unoccupied square in that
I
blast. I
most
presume that you wanted the
certainly-
blast forge run there.
I most certainly will to get rid of the serpents.
Rid of the
Oof.
grapple.
Yeah.
Serpent stuff.
Oh,
Sadly, like slapping down on the ground.
Sorry, another 4 damage because I forgot my aura.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright, not a great turn for her, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Where Crocodile one is stuck and you can only move the squares adjacent to me.
This boy has been attacked with silver. Doesn't heal. So far, I've had great luck with these crits on Malignant, so he feels we'll probably continue that.
No,
The
your luck has
streak
ended,
is at an
serpent.
end. Here.
Your time of dominance is over.
This one.
The
Maybe
age
here.
of serpent ends
Bite.
now.
Yes.
That is a miss.
Really.
Okay. No longer have the +1 defense from Valignith because his turn has ended. Burlith will continue to move because she doesn't like. Again, like being grabbed and carted away into the depths of Never Ever Land by one of these werecrocs is like. She'd probably just like lay there, like, take me.
Sweet.
I'll go to hell.
Sweet embrace.
That's right. She'll fly there, and then, as a standard action, perform a standard lodestone lore attack against Were Crocodile 1. Because he's so close by. That'll be 19 versus Will on Were Croc 1.
That actually misses it.
Okay. The lasso, for the first time this combat, finally fails to rear in like one of the Were Crocs, and you hear her like tut up there, like flying, like, damn. That'll be the end of her turn. She has eyes for that hag, but
The big crocodile seeming strong in almost every way. Really, they're tough ones.
keep that in
Trying
mind.
to continue to keep the
Well-
attention of other creatures.
I suppose there is one other thing I will do, almighty GM.
All right.
As a minor action, she will spend a power point and mark both 1 and 3
Well. All right.
till the end of this combat or till the end of the encounter. Or until you use the power again.
No,
It'll be
it's
the end of her
the
turn.
same. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this one sees Tyraxos and doesn't want him to do what he probably wants to do, so it's gonna charge over here, triggering an attack opportunity for Valignant.
Okay.
They have a
Don't forget
single
the
mind in
+4.
protecting their mother.
This will it'll also prompt an immediate interrupt from me. Because I'll go ahead and use my Lightning Rush ability here and spend 2 power points on it, which will have me move down, like move my speed to right here, nestle in,
Aha.
like so. Hi. We're fucking playing Tetris here with the Were Crocodiles. And perform the attack against Were Crocodile 3. That'll be 27 versus armor class.
That hits.
That'll be 19 damage. I become the target of the triggering attack.
All right, I'll try
Does
to bite you.
does Malignant's thing hit?
22.
Nope.
All right. Veristrix is going to use his reaction to change that into versus reflex.
And it does hit.
Nice. So many things. The poor guy just wants to move.
18 damage. Smack him. So he's bloodied at that.
And 20 versus Fortitude will just miss me.
Oh. He has also been struck now by silver weapons, so he doesn't.
The Dragon Godmother swoops in to protect Hilraxos. She like barks at him as a free action. Go! And she like gestures at the hag.
Time for this. Another shift. The serpents will take their chance as a group to move further. He's got just bite. Yes.
The serpents are fucking bullshit.
Bite still Rexus. Oh.
Yeah, no, that's it.
6 damage. Rexus -2 to attack rolls, and he's weakened. Both. So this one now didn't actually expect that to work. You'll instead try to grab Torexus.
No.
I guess it does not work twice. Something about lightning striking. Varstrix.
All right. Those things are marked. I can't use them. God damn it! Fucking serpents shifting around. I can't use them for anything. All right then. Varstrix will put an AoE right here. Dishearten the crocodile and the serpent. Unaugmented because he has nothing left. 23 and a 16. There we go.
Yes and no. 10
Cool.
damage to this one. Oh, the crocodile is wavering. Body
That's it.
no longer healing. It's not used to that situation. The moon. It's never seen the moon before. This searing light of Saloon, banishing its horrible curse. Jaraxus, feeling weakened from the serpents that keep mocking him, stopping him from doing his just work.
Yes, they do. Tyraxos is quite furious. Well, I can't get out of this necessarily because I don't have any more teleports. But I will activate Vice's reward to see if I can get rid of this weakened.
Save.
Yep, gives me 5 temp hit points, powers all my defenses, and an immediate saving throw. So if I am lucky. Yes.
Winter letting him simply just. I guess he just converts it into pain.
Yeah. Oh, let me see. Oh, damn it.
He's no longer weakened.
Because you have +2 power bonus to all your defenses, you could risk just like moving.
Yeah.
And provoking attacks from all
like
of them.
if they goddamn hit me though, it's gonna be so bad. Oh man.
I'm not saying it wouldn't be bad, but you do have 29 armor class at this point. They have proven to hit that, but
They have.
I don't know, Jonas.
I don't know either.
You could breathe lightning
I've
first
already-
before you try to. Oh shit,
Already
you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
I have an idea. You could maybe prepare a charge.
You can open the way.
Once there's, maybe. I
The thing
can't promise
is-
it, but I might have a way.
The thing is, I can't reach her. My charge is 6. She's 7 away.
I
Oh.
think it'd be better for you to target someone who is around us.
Yeah.
I think she's.
I need
she's too far
to.
away
I
this
need. I
time.
need to. I need to clear some of this because we have 2 very damaged things and they're not dead. So
Yeah.
we need to try to stop. So I'll shift here and then we'll do a charge on this were serpent down here.
All right.
Because they're the
More than
ones.
anyone
With
expected.
they're the ones with the
The weakened.
who can weaken you. Yeah, and it's more dangerous to you.
Not should do this.
His Berserker badge paying dividends.
Oh yeah, it's great. 33 AC, 41 damage. Get the fuck out. Where's Serpent 5?
Crunch.
You have been voted off the island.
Yeah, splat.
Bites into it and rips into it. Probably just eats it. I don't know.
Yeah, just swallows it whole.
Snack time.
Yep, that is it for the Raxos.
Alright, Velinov will shift here And then befuddle were crocodile number 3.
Rune of Forge Befuddle reversed.
22 versus Will.
Yes, but it is a melee attack.
It is.
And this guy's not feeling great, so he's gonna just trigger his monstrous retort. He's hit by a melee attack. He immediately makes a basic attack against the attacker.
Okay.
That is
To
monstrous.
claw him in return. No, that does not
No.
do it. He takes half damage from it.
So it takes 7.
To stay alive.
The Rune of Destruction effect on that sheep? Is that
Yes.
Okay.
So if someone hits him, he'll hit himself.
All right.
Pretty good. Let's hope someone hits him.
The bog hag. You know, a certain set of actions have certainly been prescribed to the hag, who will adhere to them. Moving right back to do another charge.
Yep.
Following the pattern of the evasive charge to claw twice at Tyrannosaurus.
2 misses.
This with combat advantage because of the crocodile.
He has +2 to his defenses, courtesy
29.
of Vice's reward. So that's
29 AC.
28 versus armor class, and he has 29 AC.
There would be a +1 from the charge.
That would be 29 versus armor class.
Well,
Then
they both hit. Well, I did try my best.
You did try your best.
Scratch again. Claws digging deep.
It'll be an extra
Not in
15 damage on
themselves,
top of that.
the
Then.
worst sort of harm they do, but it's the relentless continuation of them. The creature will then shift back, seemingly unconcerned with the big pools. Probably an avid swimmer.
There's an extra 15 damage on top of that, right, Manikai? Because both claws hit?
That is not a power it gets to use all the time.
Okay. Understood.
It's something it does, and then when it's bloodied, it does it again.
Okay.
When it gets the chance.
Yeah, Tyraxos should definitely delay after Velin once it comes to your turn.
The Vice's reward, it does nothing, Joe.
It doesn't. Like, what the fuck?
And bite into. That is a high roll, but not quite a crit.
Well, none of us have 32 fortitude, so yeah.
None of them do either.
Alright. I took the temporary hit point damage.
And grappling.
Yes, I am grabbed. Woo! But, yay!
Its big mouth. Oh, it also gets to make its secondary attack, so that's a claw.
That will miss.
These claws are not particularly lucky. Yeah, it sees that it has one crocodile already on Tyraxos. So this will move over here and bite down on. Well, yeah. And not quite. Birdlith. The crocodile stuck on her tail.
Birdlift, looks at the fucking, werecroc. She knows what this is like. She's not fooled or tricked by this. As a move action, she is going to use an encounter power called Psionic Ambush, which can target one creature marked by her in range 10. She'll be targeting Were Crocodile 3, and she can teleport to a square adjacent to that target.
Yep, she's no longer grabbed.
And the target, Were Croc 3, grants combat advantage until the end of her turn.
That's nice.
As a standard action, as long as I can just hit the Werecroc, magic can happen, and he's definitely wavering. So Christmas miracles can occur, and that'd be pretty swell. I think I will perform my crazy doohickey attacks here. I think I will perform a normal Twisted Eye attack against Were Crocodile 1. That will be a... Combat advantage doesn't matter in that situation.
Bad eye.
Bad eye.
Teleports, gets a bug stuck in the eye.
Hisses, Straw throws it at the were serpent who's next door. He's like, where the fuck does dragon come from? Why does she keep teleporting?
Oh.
Shit.
Weird misty dragon. I mean, they seem to be fighting with everything they've got here. There's no illusions that they can get away from this.
Okay.
Seem quite devoted to their hag.
Yeah, that is going to be the end of my turn. She uses like a minor action to like reflexively curse like the damn eye. My psionic energy.
I guess to recharge his. He does recharge his like roll retort. I mean, okay, that was unpleasant, but he feels like he's the one who has to get Raxos right now. But he is marked, so he'll go for it instead. He might not actually be the most smart guy, even if he would like to think so. So that's a bite. That is
That will miss.
not very good bite.
That will miss, and because she now has her immediate reaction, that's the first time where Croc 3 has tried to attack her. She will attempt to hit it with the Persistent Harrier attack. 16 versus armor class will miss, though. Damn.
18 flank? Did you count for that?
I think 18 combat advantage is still going to be a miss.
How about 19 because of Valignus Aura?
That's still a miss.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it. We
Hit
tried.
in the 20s.
6 scales.
Verlift briefly phases out of reality, but they both miss each other.
I'll shift over here and advantage bite at Valignus. 25. Not hit. This one. There's dragon suddenly appearing. That's disconcerting. So it'll actually bite at Verlith here. Try to
Will not hit.
get her. And this one will bite at Tolraxos with advantage.
Yes.
30.
It hits.
10 damage. He is -2 to attack rolls and weakened save and
I'm starting to think that maybe it wasn't just the archers who had the solid rolls, guys. I think the were serpents like stole like the numbers of the orcs and the hobgoblins.
Marstrix.
Sheep, is your thing on the were crocodile still going?
Yes, actually.
All right. Well, don't get your hopes up too much. He will put an AoE here and see if he can hit something.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Maybe.
Seems pretty good.
Looks like both hits, actually.
All right. 11 psychic damage, -2 attack rolls, and the crocodile hits himself.
Well, I guess he will, with a basic attack, yeah?
Basic. Yeah.
I mean, he claws his face. And hitting himself will
Nice.
kill himself.
He marks
Great.
himself. Oh, okay. That's also good.
As, I don't know, I mean, I guess it's like a mental thing, that it just begins to like twist and turn and like rip into its own body, thinking it's...
The moonlight gets on it. It's tries to like tear the moonlight off.
It's like somewhat of an illusion.
Just remove it for clarity. The battlefield. It's not like the bodies really encumber you anyway.
We build fortifications out of the weregrog.
True access.
You wanna delay?
What are you planning?
I can give you a charge against the hog. Hog? The hag.
The hog.
Now we're getting very Caroline here.
I mean, there's some serpents in the way.
That won't be an issue.
All right, sure. Tyraxis delays until after Valignus.
Let the leader do his work.
Half damage at the moment, so.
Yeah, that's fair, but I just want to use this daily. That's really my entire justification. As Valignus will smash into the ground with such a force that he will do a blast attack, like so.
Whee!
Which will hit all enemies in the burst, because...
I was going to ask whether it was
that
friendly.
good. So, weapon 3 and 4.
Yep. That is a no, and that is a yes.
So the top one takes half damage, which is 7, and gets pushed 1, which will be like here. And the other one takes 14 and will be pushed... how much? It doesn't actually say. 4 squares. So he will be pushed in the water, because why not?
The water, found creature.
You get a save to avoid. No, he goes right there. So he's now in difficult terrain. He has to like paddle and wiggle.
It also leaves a zone behind of like the water receding a bit, perhaps the ground becoming a little bit hotter, which will protect my allies, giving them +2 power bonus to AC as long as the zone persists.
That's interesting.
So there's like a nice, like a steam sort of rising up.
Steam bath.
Woohoo!
Exactly. And then with a minor action, nothing. Actually, Valiant can step in there as well.
All right.
Get a little something.
Yeah, it affects him as well. Finally, a leader attack that also does something to him.
Raxus.
All right. It's a minor action to activate Draconic Virtue, giving me 18 temporary hit points. Ow.
It's a nice virtue.
Yes, Draconic, don't you know? Go, and yeah, I am gonna charge. Bog Hag.
-2 to your attack rolls from the poison.
Yep. An unfortunate circumstance.
Yep. They can't all be favorable circumstances.
Not always.
Like
Advantage. Charging in. We are getting a lot of bonus now to damage. Let's hope I hit. Whoa! 26 versus AC.
it's with the -2.
That's with the -2.
That hits.
44 damage.
Have. This is the weekend.
Yep, 22. But I will also throw in a Dread Smite, which does not get halved. So 9 for necrotic and 9 ongoing savings.
Fine.
That is it.
All right. Cold
Sir.
biting at it. Enemy of winter. Well, can't really charge when you're next to someone. Kind of a bummer, but you know what you can do? You can scratch at it, so that's what she'll try to do.
Yay, misses.
Hooray!
Steam. Now shift backwards and try to make a save. Yes, but you will take it. Beginning of turn.
And 4 damage from successfully saving, is that right, Jonas?
Yes, correct.
No. Bloodied.
Silver damage, if that
Thing
matters.
is turning. No, this thing doesn't. It's not a were creature, but will mean she rips claws around, recharging.
Oh, I forgot to do my save.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Like, speaking of
Yes,
saves,
actually. 10 plus, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, hooray!
yay.
Yay. Come for your next turn. Other hiss.
Maybe.
Can go in here and try to bite. Actually, move here to avoid the stone.
Mhm.
Bite. Oh
Yeah.
my.
God, I'm 4
Yeah.
attacks.
Yeah. Turns out that does hit. Mm-hmm.
Clamp down and then try to claw. Oh my.
Christ.
Well,
Is there any more damage coming than?
oh, that's it.
Okay. All right, that takes me to 64 hit points, and I am grabbed and marked.
Yep.
Marked condition on me. Which one's the damn hands thing? Or is it restrained?
Yeah.
there we go.
It's strange, yeah.
Jazz hands.
This one really wants to get to Telraxus, actually, though,
Actually, though?
because he's doing terrible things to the mother. So, how does he? He'll start by. He'll do this.
Okay.
Provoking from both Valignith first and then Murder.
Okay. As
That's a
he
hit.
like moves here to like charge here, she will make her attack. The claws will come out to try and tear at the were crocodile. 21 versus reflex, or 23 in this case, because I'd have combat advantage where the square was.
21 because you would have marked.
Sure, 21 versus reflex.
But 21 does hit.
10 untyped damage, and the target is slowed until the end of my next turn,
Plus
as
4
it's like
damage.
entering. No, I don't get the +4 damage from you.
Oh, right,
I wasn't
you
in
didn't.
that
Oh, right,
radius.
you didn't. Damn it.
It would be slowed here, and its charge would.
This Verlith like reaches out with like a big old claws, like brings the charging creature to a halt.
Like snaps its jaws just not far enough.
That's a tendon or something, makes it limp.
Yeah. Verlith.
Like, looks at this shit. This is some shit right here.
Mm.
She's out of bullshit.
You know, I am running out of bullshit as well, but
Damn it.
need more bullshit
Wow.
over here.
Mom, I can't do any more bullshit. All right. That's fine, I guess. Where Crocodile 1, I guess, is gonna. No, Where Crocodile 2. We're flanking that. No, but Where Crocodile 1 has me marked. Son of a bitch, they got me.
Yeah.
These clever bastards.
They have no right to be this smart.
Damn it! I've been bamboozled. This has never happened to me
It might be
before.
surprising to you, but they're also very trained in religion somehow. So a lot of
Oh.
scholarly theological knowledge.
Verlip would love to debate like the merits of Malar with them, but she's kind of busy right now. All right, I'm gonna target Where Crocodile 1 with a daily power I did not use yet, not the level 9 one, with the Living Fortress power against Where Crocodile 1.
All right.
As she's fucking like held. What? I suppose I should try to break that first. What sort of thing is it for me to try and break a hold, Manikai? I'm not used to doing this the
Skill
mortal
check
way.
against, I believe it's the acrobatics against its reflex reflex defense, or in athletics against its fortitude defense.
Okay,
So you
athletics
do it
against
as a
reflex.
move action.
Sure. Athletics versus reflex. Wow.
Yes, you wiggle out of its jaws. That was an unlikely event.
Vertalith spends her minor action being fucking surprised.
Maybe the crocodile is too. It's like, oh,
Never wiggled this hard in my life.
surely the dragon will try to rip itself out, but okay.
It seems probably fitting that she partly phases through the mouth at just the right moment in time. Becomes incorporeal because, okay, yeah, sure. Standard action, she will perform a Living Fortress attack against Where Crocodile 1. 23 versus armor class.
Just misses.
Okay, that'll be half damage then. So 10 damage.
Against which one? One or 2? Yeah,
one,
okay.
the one that has me marked.
Smack.
Until the end of the encounter, me and allies adjacent to me have cover.
Ooh. Draxus likes this. This is what he likes. Fighting back
As
to
like
back with Verlith.
out of the steam, like rocks, especially from like this altar, like rise up from the ground and begin to swirl around her. That'll be the end of my turn.
Serpents trying to do what they can. Have been lucky so far to accomplish much as they have, but alas, this one has flanking against Valigneth. We'll try to use it. 24 versus AC.
No.
Shift over here. This one just has to protect its mother figure. Now this steam seems kind of gross though, so I'll actually move over here. Try to bite her with a advantage.
That will not hit.
7.
I have +2 armor class on the zone, and I have cover.
Sure do. This one, it's gonna have to spend like a move to get out of this stuff. Swimming back here, and then
Frantically getting out of it.
here, like, wiggling for the water. More 6.
Gonna do the same thing. Maybe there.
All right.
Kill these crocodiles.
Big and tough, but you do hit both. Bloodying them both.
Nice. They have a -2 penalty to their attack
Do you
rolls.
remember the +4 damage?
No, +4 extra then.
All right.
Oh, don't move there.
I'm flying.
Okay.
I'm trying to
Okay,
get into the
fly.
zone. I mean, I can just stay back here if you wish.
No, I just need a square behind me so I can step back and charge.
I'm flying. You can step back wherever you want.
Say so.
I'll step here then.
Just trying to get into the zone, man.
Yeah. Gosh.
Ah,
The
He's done.
groove.
We're trying to hog the zone, bro.
Well, again.
Vadignov, well, I need a minor action to retain the zone, which is proving very useful. So he will just heal Terexo.
It will be at half health what you're granting.
Oh, is it within 10? I thought it
Within
was just
3.
Within 3 spaces. And
Oh, that's worse. Let's not do that then. Then Vadignov is just gonna attack Were Crocodile number 2.
All right.
Like so, 34.
That hits.
Right, for 21 damage, and when it attacks next, it'll provoke an opportunity attack from someone. Minor action to sustain the zone, and move action to shift here.
All right.
With
Thoraxos.
Wrath 420 reversed.
Exactly.
Thoraxos will. I'm actually out of utility powers, so shift here, and then we'll charge by the hiss.
Mhm.
Get her! Hopefully.
You're doing it. So
I'm trying my best. I am very buffed up currently. Here we go. 30 versus AC,
that hits. Yep.
42 damage. And we do the other Dread Smite on top of that. Winter's Chill lashes out.
Or wintry death.
Yeah.
The hag, yeah, and the hag, instead of some bones broken, still using them. So
ew.
doing damage. Snapping, cracking sounds. As it will try to lay into Thoraxus with its claws.
34
One
does
hit.
hit, yeah.
Not the 2, so it could do its thing. I'll shift over here.
Hmm.
And try to save.
4 damage.
It saves and takes 4 damage.
Paying dividends.
It sure does. We're Croc just as surprised as Vertilith is that she escaped that last crap.
I mean, what do you do in that situation?
Like,
You gotta start anew. You know, he hasn't even pulled anyone down. That was his whole thing, so.
Yeah.
Let's try
It was-
again. Oh my.
well, somehow, even
Even
with the
with the
cover,
Leave it in there.
yeah, that hits.
Alright. And
Sorry. I
snap on
can't.
those jaws
Good
and
rolls.
get back in there.
Secondary attack, so I can do my HP calculation.
Oh my.
That will miss, thanks to the cover I have and the +2 AC in the zone.
He
So
does
it'll
have
be-
the combat advantage with the serpent.
Did you add the -2 to their stat block?
Yes, that's in there.
Okay.
All right, so that'll be
29.
combat advantage 29. That will just hit then, because I have 29. Okay. 7, I'm marked. Be at 44 HP.
Marked and graph. The crocodile feels a sense of accomplishment. He's doing. This one is slowed. How long does it last?
No, ended after my last turn.
Good. That's what he hoped. So he can move here and try to bite Thoraxus. With advantage. Oh
If I
my.
just negated.
So that is 31.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit him. He BRB'd, so I can. Sheep, if you're around, can you press his buttons? I don't want to press his buttons. You're the one who made his
Okay.
buttons.
How much? 10?
10, and he's grabbed.
And then we have the secondary attack, which also will. My God. I don't know. Does a 29 hit his AC currently? I don't think so.
miss. He has 29 currently.
Because he has cover and he has power bonus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he has 31.
He's 31.
currently.
He's 31 currently.
So that misses. But he did get grabbed. Man. Vertilith. Back in the jaws of
Defeat.
The hell is this shit? Alright. Standard action is going to be to do an unaugmented Twisted Eye attack against Were Crocodile 1, the creature who has her marked and grabbed. Any further penalties from attacking the person who's grabbing me, Manikai?
I don't think so, no.
Uh,
I believe it's just you can't move away from
maybe
him.
26 versus armor class for 13 untyped damage on Were Croc 1.
That hits.
There you go, 13 damage. You can have that, buddy. Birdlift uses a minor action to scratch her chin thoughtfully. Having been, again, in the grasp of owlbears and were-crocs before, this is... She's now, like, taking this time to reflect, like, is she just, like, as she gets bigger, find other creatures that are gonna grab her? Like, will this pattern continue for the rest of her life?
Forever.
She doesn't have it. Like, maybe it's worth going to hell to escape
Maybe
this.
it's gonna be even.
This is gonna be my life?
No, yeah, she now no longer, yeah, just. I mean, is that acrobatics or athletic versus fortitude?
I think it has to be like an athletics versus fortitude as opposed to
It
acrobatics.
still gets out. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she wiggles out. Well, I guess forcefully rips
Yeah.
the tail out of the
Yeah.
damn thing's mouth.
Again, takes a free again, like just as befuddled as the Were Crocodile surely is about this turn of events.
Should it
Thinks
go
she
to
had
hell?
it in her.
Oh, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. No.
I end my turn. That is a 1d20. I didn't just type 20. No, that's definitely a 1d20.
Yeah.
Okay. Eat. We'll take it.
So we'll try to bite. No. Shift here. Go where the action happens. This one, try to bite. Vertilith. Advantage. Oh my, that's not a natural 20, but
Just rolled my eyes. Sure, that hits.
Jonas, you took 10 damage. That's why your 10 hit points were gone.
Yes, but I also have resist 5 that I forgot from before. So I restored
Oh, okay.
10 total because I got hit by 2 attacks.
Puts me at 34. I'm weakened. Woo!
that's true. Does that mist actually make you resist 5?
To close and area attacks.
Okay. Yes, poison works. Serpent is impressed with itself and will actually shift over here to try to protect the hag. This one will attack Tulraxos with advantage. Trying to. Or restricts.
It'll try and force Were Crocodile 2 to betray. 26 versus will.
26 will.
He is going to smack Were Crocodile 1 with a +3 to attack roll.
Which hits? And
Alright.
damage, yeah? Is that also? right?
Yeah. No, because I don't have anything to empower that with. So
Scratches him and marks him.
I
Suppose
need
it takes
dice.
over the mark of.
Yeah, it overwrites my mark.
All right. Well, it's him.
All right. Belgeth.
Valagnath will attack Were Crocodile 2 with what other red buttons do I have available? This one.
What it does? What's gonna happen?
The another 19.
Yeah.
Executioner's Call for 20 points of damage.
Well,
Only executioners.
certainly was an execution.
Great.
He shatters it, releasing Tulraxos from its jaws.
Hooray!
And Were
Who's
Croc
next?
is 1 is no longer marked at all because Were Croc 2 is dead.
As the crocodile is smashed by Belgeth, breaking the whole chain of like flanking that he was providing. A lot of benefit, things like
That was the plan. And then Valagnath is gonna shift like underneath Veristrix and minor action sustain the zone.
All right, it's a nice zone.
I made it.
Well, Valgnuth now protecting Were Serpent 1 with his body. Tulraxos can't charge any longer, so...
You've got like 2 over there, don't be greedy.
shift here, and he will charge the Werkrock.
All right.
This Werecroc one and Verlith who are having this bizarre standoff of
He has no idea what's
grab
going
and
on
no
over
grab.
here. But,
I have no idea how I've rolled consecutive
Verlith, the
20s to
incredible
escape
acrobat.
it. No shit.
23 was AC.
Oh, that just misses.
That
Striking at him. Hag. All right. It's okay with this. Just gonna back here and charge. Moving in and trying to do its claws.
Those will miss.
Right, and it'll shift 2 as part of its charge. Jumping in, back out. Bloody to the
it's
point of not wanting to take any risks, really.
Stones get in the way of the claws
Yeah.
and deflect them.
This crocodile, I mean, it's not marked, but
Not marked. Vertilus like
this,
looking at it
this
like
can't go. I mean, Vertilus is even the closest one to its mother, so it's gonna, it's gonna work someday.
yes, Christ, that hits when you keep fucking rolling mid to high 20s, if not 30s against Fortitude. Yes, you got me again. Aha.
Does it though? I mean, you have cover, right, and the +2 from power from the
The
so.
+2 is only AC.
+2 is only armor class.
Ah,
Even then,
yes.
that would be 25, which is still tied by 25.
It is tied. Right, and you can try to claw attack, which will roll very high and
Yes.
do the excessive thing it's been doing.
Why is a Werecrocodile more dangerous than the hag? Jesus.
I'm at 10 8 points.
Sadly, there's no Crocodile race, so he can't run away and become a hero. Elm has some standards. He'll probably shift it there. Right.
Verlith like looks at the fucking Werecroc, looks over at Raxos, looks back at like the Were-Serpent and the Hag. Alright. Verlith like lets out like a puff of frustration. Let's see here. We look at the
Poison, bitten, and
yeah, not looking great. Could even try to escape this one. Let me use a standard action lodestone lore attack unaugmented against Were-Crocodile 1. 24 versus will.
that hits.
5 damage. The Werecroc has pulled 1 square and can only move to squares that are adjacent to me until the end of my next turn.
Do you want to pull him some more?
I don't think I can. Like it's pulled like 1
He has
square.
to be closer to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's literally on you. Like,
Yeah. Can't be otherwise.
get over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'll actually be half damage, so the damage needs to be halved. It's not 5 because of my weakened state. Okay, that's my standard action. As a move action, I'll throw a bone. It's athletics versus fortitude. Reflex. Not this time. Verlith can't wiggle free. Minor action is just like shake her head. Boy, somehow she ended up in front again, despite not intending to. I'll make a save against the weakened condition. The poison effect. I do not. I am still weakened.
This one, Serpent, would move over, but Varstrix is in the way, so that'd be annoying. So it's like it'll just use its.
Malachi, I'm flying still. You can go under me.
Yeah, but I just don't want to have it there, so it'll.
Okay.
Serpentine shift over here and then bite at Valley.
No. Does he want to make his ally shift as well?
Nah.
Good.
This one's gonna go here and bite at Raxos, trying to poison him too. This one will follow suit. Might hit.
Yeah, that is certainly a
Enough
hit.
length.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's exactly good.
7 damage and weakened -2 to attack rolls.
Of all our AC stacking, it's just not enough.
It doesn't matter. +4, 40. It's just Oh.
Forest tricks.
What you got, Valky?
Contemplative silence.
Boink.
Valky, the silent killer.
Unless my mic isn't working.
Well, it is
my mic
now.
Now
working?
it
That
is.
works.
Okay. I'm gonna try and kill the crocodile. But since I have no single target things that isn't fortitude, I'm gonna try and dishearten it. So it's okay.
No, it doesn't do it.
Their wills in the 20s.
Alright.
Veristrix disheartens himself.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be right back.
Free action.
Ragnath.
Enough will attack where Serpent 4, I think. Smack, 28.
28 hits.
For 13 damage, and he is vulnerable too.
Did you shift
Still
one
burning his
square
snake skin.
down?
Sure, I can do that.
Oh, it's tactics.
Yeah, shift 1 square down and minor action to sustain the zone.
Down the zone.
Rexus.
Excellent. Well,
Nice
shift.
soothing steam. Yeah.
Yep. Shift down here. Charge the croc.
All right.
We'll hit one of these days.
Surely.
Surely.
I don't know, man. This Werewolf
Just hits, yeah.
Haha! 46 damage to the white croc. Suck it.
He's crushed.
Excellent.
Now the Were-Serpents will have to grab me next.
They prefer to bite, but
Mhm.
they don't damage when they try to squeeze you because you're too big to be damaged by them.
Let's see if I get rid of my thing.
They can't like constrict.
Fine. I'm free.
All right, Hag Lady, you gonna come over here and finish me off? Complete mission. What would Dolbor do?
Yeah, I mean that would be the
What
plan.
would Dolbar do? That's a worst.
That's right. WWDD.
That would
Right.
be the plan.
That's
She's
right.
very wary of you because you might have something that might kill her,
It's a fair
which
point.
is
Old
which
claws.
is terrifying. So,
Okay.
in fact, she will go for the people who seem to not want to be in the front. That seems actually like a safer bet. Over here, charge over here.
Joke's on her, I want to be in the front, I just couldn't.
Try to rend.
No,
Radignith wants to be in front,
you fool.
but his size won't let him.
Rudlith.
Verlith looks at the Were-Serpent. It's looks down at the Were-Serpent and she stands up,
Here's its fangs, hisses.
shakes the fucking crocodile off her damn shoulder for the third and final time.
The jaw's still sitting there.
What the hell? As a minor action, she is going to. Yeah, this is worth spending the final PowerPoint. She is going to use a Battle Mind's Demand, which will target the Hag and Were-Serpent 3.
Ooh.
They are marked until she uses this power again or till the end of the encounter.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. 10 HP.
Yeah, if you shifted away 1 space, I could heal you for full value.
You might have to get off the idea of full heal values. She looks at the bog hag. Damn, it's too uncomfortably awkward for her. I think she'll actually just pull out of this completely. She'll disengage, so by shifting backwards, and then she's going to fly into the air.
All
For the
right.
time being. Looking to get a better angle since none of these creatures can seemingly fly. That'll be the end of her turn. Let's see if I can roll a save.
Always cheeky to mark and leave.
Yep. All right, I'm still weakened.
Well, Serpent will try to spread that condition. This one has a -2.
Yep, -2.
This one doesn't really want to move because it feels like it'd be exposing the hag if it did, so it'll actually just stay here. Do like a full defense.
Total defense, serpent.
Marsticks.
Well, if he's gonna stay there, then I'm just gonna do that.
Well, that wasn't part of the plan. But
Hag.
Oh, there we go.
No. He takes
Oh, no.
10, and then there's what's the max damage? There's 26. Right?
That's not what the +4 actually. So that's 30 max damage, and 4 takes another 4.
And then double crit.
It's
Oh,
my
okay.
orb. It's my orb. The
That's
roll for
30,
the damage.
30 damage crit.
Yeah.
All right. That's that's how it goes sometimes, I guess. Sprom just.
Oh,
Now, do you want to kill the hag? Or do you want to
No.
disable the hag?
Incapacitate. You know what I mean.
Psychically overwhelm her.
Yeah, my brain isn't working. Not
You
kill her.
have disheartened her into
Like, she falls
unconsciousness.
into a blissful sleep of pain and horror
hmm.
from the incredibly disheartening. It's like you make her realize that yes, you foresaw her own death in this, and you're gonna kill her now. So I guess just like
She's
eyes
locked into the
roll
idea
up,
of seeing
like
her death.
twists, and just like crosses, and then like slumps over, and like what looks like sort of a sack of skin with bones in it,
Yeah.
but like it's strangely sort of dishevels itself.
Ugh. Well,
So this
maybe I was
is-
saving all my rolls for those 2 crits at the end. I guess that's nice.
Yeah, bloodying both of the serpent as well.
All right.
And hiss. They're
stay
very
where he
angry
is.
now. Malignant.
Hey, you can see Valignith was like building up his fire breath towards her direction when she just sort of falls over without, I believe, any visible effect because psionic and whatnot. So he's just gonna send that over there over there instead.
I'm also gonna say the aura doesn't work when she's like this unconscious. Just
Oh, that's nice.
20
yes
and
a yes.
32 for 13 points of damage.
They burn.
Then do I want to drop the zone? No, let's keep the zone. Stay here. Minor action to sustain the zone, and move action to a minor action to heal a Verdalef. Or have I used 2 yet? No, I kept 1.
That's good.
For healing surge +6.
That is my final healing surge.
And everyone gets +1 to all defenses until the end of my action.
Okay.
HP still bloody.
Raxus.
Charge.
I
Here.
don't believe you can charge food. Oh, he's flying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charging into Were Serpent 4 because why not?
Right. He is the most wounded one.
Yep. Get him.
Where Serpent 4 is also in total defense mode.
Oh, he is right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go for the other one then.
1.
Yep.
He's not in total defense mode.
Fool.
The fool.
Oh, maybe he should have been. Would not have changed anything though.
41
Yes,
damage.
Rude.
Flat.
Crushed. Serpents actually, not the sturdiest creatures. Certainly, if they're very like quick and sort of sneaky.
Yeah, done.
All right.
Okay. Lodestone lore attack against Were Serpent 3. That'll be 19 versus Will.
That hits.
All right, half damage on that. And I can only move to squares that are adjacent to me. Half damage on 5.
Oh, 5.
Yeah. Not that'd be if I augmented 2, that big number down there, which I did not because I have no more power points. Okay, and that's going to be the end of her turn. She's going to remain there and flight.
Well, it can't move.
That's right. You stay here and be my cuddle buddy.
Yeah, it'll do its total defense for now. This one will bite Tawaxus. He's dangerous and needs to be poisoned.
That will miss due to the zone.
Shift over here, trying to get some comfort from its buddy.
Let's see. That's a bit awkward now because I can't really. I'd hit somebody. All right. Well, actually
Redlith
no.
is flying.
Oh, perfect. Never mind then. He'll.
Maybe you can dishearten beneath me.
You should
Yeah,
get a
I'll do
save
that.
for Redlith, by the way.
That's right, I should get a save. No longer weekend.
That is
Oof.
a hit on one of them.
All right. Man, I've had had some rolls today. He will fly over here.
I used my sexy numbers on escaping the werecroc, so I didn't get dragged into the depths of the water and visit Cthulhu.
The whole thing. Right, Agath.
Not enough. Well, move and attack. Actually, let's use this one. No, I changed my mind. 25 for 15. And he is vulnerable too.
Direct us.
Yes. Well.
I mean, they're probably only going to get their next turn if they're lucky. So
Shift charge. 3.
I'm not flanking because I'm flying.
Oh, right. Well, that's okay. Charging them. Keep passion. 22 AC.
just hits.
Oh, 36 damage.
Even though he's defending. Just barely killing him. Murderlith.
Murderlith flies
Single
here.
opponent with 1 hit point. And vulnerable too.
That's right.
Two.
Fly there, and I'll tug at the creature. 19 versus will.
Tug.
Target, only the skull comes over.
Oh, no.
She lassos the skull, overcompensates, it goes flying over her head and off into like the rest of the bog.
As you now in the the body's beginning to sort of slowly glide down, just like slide off the slightly slanted sort of thing, like slide into the holes where they just seem to like slowly float about.
Make
Most
sure
of
that
them
doesn't
still
happen to
buoyant
the
enough that
hag.
they don't float.
But like, now grab the hag to make sure that she doesn't slide off
As
into the
the
ether.
fight isn't where.
Sure.
Well.
Yeah, looking at it, as you sort of look around, maybe take a short rest if you want. Breathe. At least it doesn't seem like the hags trusted each other enough to keep a bunch of each other's minions around. Yeah.
We'll take a short.
I believe you also get an action point.
Yes, we got an action point.
That'll be
So
useful.
you can all enjoy that. As the hack seemed out for good for a bit, like a lot of broken bits and such that'll have to be recovered before it can do it, and it doesn't seem to supernaturally heal itself super fast. So
Just keep punching it every now and then.
I mean, it's not non-lethal; it's actual lethal damage. You just chose not to like rip its head off or something. It's just it'll need to be in a hospital for a good while before it can do anything.
Hospital. Hag
Go
hospital.
to the hag hospital. Yep.
It just lays like put leg up here, so it's like not
Yep.
float down and sink into the holes.
Alright.
Does seem to need to be lethal.
Vertolith keeps a claw on her. She's laying down.
Vertolith also is going up here. I will notice that the place is hollowed out, and it seems that this actually is built upon what seems to be like a slight like there's basically a hole in the middle that goes down into a smaller cavern.
Yeah.
Also full of water, but that doesn't seem to be connected to the larger one. Hence, probably why it's like built here, and why it's like so close to the edge of the cavern.
Yeah, that's great. Vertolith is not spooked about dragged down into Cthulhu hell, and she will ease down to the water. There we go. Not as bad.
Yeah, this is a closed space. Here, she does, look around. She doesn't see it glittering because she doesn't have light with her, really. But she feels the tantalizing feel of various silver things at the bottom of the hole.
Verlith like lays down.
There's treasure in there.
You know, probably wouldn't feel these things normally, but they'll like slip into the holes that are in her body, and so she like blinks awkwardly,
Oh, there's silver wounds.
Hmm.
Hmm.
like sticks her head underwater, like tugs at stuff with her mouth.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like various sorts of silvered things, treasures.
Okay,
Go.
here's what she's gonna do. She's gonna put them all in her mouth.
Right. Well, it seems actually like there's a lot of it.
She probably
like
can't
put-
put it
It's
all
a
in her
mouthful
mouth.
and like spits it out somewhere, maybe, and then.
Yeah, she like there's just like a fountain of like silvery stuff, like just like this hollowed area is like Valignif like stepped closer to like put the body there, just like a shower, like
Like the
coming
body's
out.
just showering up loot. Big gouts of it. It seems that this is actually the meeting place where the hags sort of all go to meet, and also probably where they keep their money and stuff. So even if the other hag isn't here right now, it seems like a lot of their things are.
Not anymore. We're taking it.
Which could be fortunate. I mean, there's a lot of silver in here. It looks like it's mainly silver, various idols, and even just like chalices and stuff. It doesn't seem like the hags have really taken any time to sort of change the shape of the silver and such, though some of it seems to have been grouped up in little bundles that Valignith might guess could be used for weaponry, and has perhaps then been put in this hole so that no one could do that. Because the Bog Hag does not like the idea of silver weaponry.
I do.
Terrible. It is, however, also sort of valuable. There is 7,800 gold worth of various silver treasures.
Alright.
Right. Add my share.
Beyond that, there's a couple of things that stand out effectively. One of such would be what effectively is a shield. Looks like it's some of what the lizardmen use. So it's like a large, scaly shield covered in runes in Dwergar and sort of lizard draconic script. You got a beautiful headband, probably also silver, with a slight stone in it that glitters tantalizingly.
Okay.
And well, what can only be described as a sort of ceremonial robes.
There's gonna be like a momentary pause in the fountain, and then like a cough, and then Valignif catch as like the shield comes like twirling up and like arcs towards Valignif, and then like a pause, and then the fountain almost begins up again, and then like there's it's like go like the then a pause. Just decides to set that on her head and like lays her head underwater.
I've changed this to USCs because Discord died in Europe and we did not hear much of what you said, Griffin.
Fine. It was flavorful
Apologies.
descriptions of chucking magic items at Valignith and you, except for the headband, which she puts on her head before going back underwater to sleep.
Sure. Well,
The,
regardless,
the robe is fluttering in the air towards Veristrix. The shield like thumps like next to Valignith.
Sure.
Good stuff.
Regardless, Vertex would like to identify what these things are.
Yeah, sure.
So I can give you a Arcana
I'd say
check.
you also get to identify it as you put it on.
Sure.
Hooray.
First item.
Which might not be. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead.
I've done it. It is being done.
All right.
The
Well.
headband is on my head. Hags don't curse things. That's nonsense. It's never been
roll
there.
anyway for his robes or whatever.
Creatures. Yeah.
Oh,
What do you want first? Robes? Yeah.
robes, yeah.
All right. Yeah, they seem to be sanctified, though whatever god they are sanctified to is probably, I mean, who knows at this point? They've been in this swamp for a while, so they're not entirely pretty, and probably only the magic has sort of sustained. So it's mostly sort of a weave of the threads of metal that's been woven into the robes to make them like a nice, like glittering magic. They are Desperate Resolve vestments, level 13 item that has a +3 enhancement bonus, and as a daily power. When you take damage from attack, you can become insubstantial until the end of your next turn and spend a healing surge.
It's pretty good.
Unless you should put the items in the chat here.
That is quite good, actually. You will put that on for sure.
He like, extends his little draconic arm with
As
the wing.
as Verlith put on the headband, she feels a strange feeling. Perhaps it might feel weird to suddenly recognize that you've become smarter, because it is a headband of intellect. It is a level 10 item that gives a +2 item bonus to knowledge or monster knowledge checks, and a +1 item bonus to attack rolls on powers that have this psychic keyword.
She will enjoy that.
As a minor action daily power, you can gain a +2 power bonus to the next intelligence attack you make this turn.
She lays there in the water, thinking about her life choices and how she will never be talked into going beneath the ground again. She now understands how foolish it is to come down here.
And you want to roll for the shield?
Yes, please. Tell me, what is this?
Me or you or you?
You.
Oh, okay, sure.
Tell me.
Well, we'll see. 29.
Oh, yes, that would be enough too. This is a battle forged shield. It's a level 14 item that has a daily power free action. You can use this power when an ally adjacent to you regains hit points. That ally regains additional hit points equal to healing surge value plus 2d8, as though it had spent a healing surge.
That's great.
That's a lot of healing.
Potentially a lot of healing, yeah.
Yeah. Might need that now. Just, yeah.
Use the daily
Good
power.
shield.
Yeah, all fairly high level items.
Yeah.
Level 14 shield. Do shields like get a bigger bonus to AC, or do they
No,
stay constant?
they don't.
I say same.
They don't provide an enhancement bonus.
They have cool powers though.
Alright, if there's no objections, I'll grab that.
You're the one that would heal allies, so makes sense. Well, you can't. We can't because the person needs to regain hit points through a use of a surge before you can activate them.
From the look of the treasures, I mean, much with the silver that had been sort of packed away to not be made into anything, but still been assessed by someone as if it could be made into something. The treasures also seem to suggest the inability for the hags to actually divide anything that would substantially increase any of their power. Particularly, the headband has been like clearly put in a space where when you look down, you can easily see it. So that they could perhaps check that it was still there. While the shield, for example, is more like put in the corner.
Sure.
Didn't have much of a use for it.
All
I
right.
was guessing certainly that they have some trust issues with one another, even though they have been together forever. Perhaps that doesn't seem weird to the dragons, actually. Certainly, if they had been smart and done what you do and stick together, they might have had a big chance. Currently,
Yeah, how does Syraxos feel about everyone grabbing something and he's just sort of there?
Yeah, he looks on with squinted, covetous, draconic eyes. Yeah, he's noticing, but you know, he can be a patient serpent. knows that the next time amazing treasures come around, he will be the one to grab.
Maybe Vertex will make something for you. Who knows?
That'd be nice.
You need to get Runella to actually, get your
Yeah,
thing done.
she's working on it. She has stubby legs.
Wow.
Eventually, the fountain of silver pieces stops, like cascading over the dragons, and as she runs out.
I mean, you know,
before they slowly fall down into these pits.
Tyraxis liked being in the, having coins just falling down on him. That was nice.
A single piece would be
Yeah, he picked up
That's
every
probably
single
what he spends
piece.
most of his energies doing while the Malignith and Verstrix look at the items. Torax is like, no, you cannot get away. Scampers
Gold
off
is
after this.
falling down. Oh,
Yeah, his huge serrated claws carefully picking up the coins and putting them in stacks.
Oh, Verdelif, is there any more? Oh, yeah.
Oh, glory.
count it all.
Yes.
So days were.
Stuffs it all in his mouth for careful
Oh.
Regurgitate that
That
later.
said, there's still another hag out there. Well, two technically, but one of them seems to be okay with you guys. So, well.
One of them has a healthy sense of self-preservation.
So we stuff Mother Hiss into a sack, and now she becomes a bag hag.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna make her a bindle, and we'll make some trains for her to ride on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hobo hag.
People in chat don't like my joke. I say you have no taste. That was great.
It was great. I'm with you.
Thank you.
I got your back, Jonas.
I know.
You probably make a graph that correlates pleasure with such a joke and age.
Wow.
You get a pretty good correlation.
I'll dunk you into one of these abysses if you're not careful.
Okay, Jonas. I mean, it'll happen naturally. Just
Wow.
through the week.
Gotta turn off my halo. That's what I think.
Yeah. That said, the dragons do not get interrupted in their half an hour of moving about, counting coins and fidgeting with things. Seems like they killed most of the guards outside, and certainly a lot of the wild guard that might be there wouldn't go in here to pursue dragons. That would be
It'd have to be directly
hostile
controlled by
terrain for them.
one of the hags to come after us, and
Yeah.
turns out
the hag that you have not met so far is Malafloria, the river water hag, who is known to love to take living creatures and then twist them and make them into things that she enjoys.
me
In a
too.
different way than the other ones, that is. Yeah. She, you were told, likes to be with her Hydra, a horrible monstrosity of legendary strength, which she generally rides upon.
I can respect that.
You can respect someone using a Hydra mount.
Yeah.
That seems pretty legit, yeah.
You were told that she might be either in here with the other one or out tending to the remains of the goblins, the changed goblins in the by the river, which would be in the opposite side of the fields.
Well, are we in a position to go after the other hag? Looking towards Verdelif?
Who is in the hollow recess of the stone. But eventually she'll peek her head over, and it'll be the first time any of you three have seen her where she doesn't look haggard, she looks sickly. As if her green scales have lost some color. Where it's not as if she's being tired and her normal cat self, where she just looks drained.
Remembering, of course, that last time a lot of you took a rest. She flew for 10 days instead.
Though she never, of course, told you folks exactly what she went on her journey, and has never confided the fact that she didn't actually rest. Who would ever think that she would rest? The stupid concept.
Question is, what happens if you take a long rest? I mean, the hag might just run away.
Speaking out of character, I'm perfectly fine with going after the other remaining hag to try to fulfill our end of the bargain.
I didn't think I'd ever say this, but Verlif, you look like you need a rest.
Verlif says, "We will conclude our business down here by hunting that other hag, and then none of you will ever convince me to come back down here."
All right, let's go.
Fair.
And she gingerly flies out of the stump, and her body eases down onto the ground. Wound still open. A few coins pouring out of it along with water.
I mean, who are we to question what Verlif thinks about her own capabilities?
Right. Verlet can make her own decisions. We continue.
She offers no further commentary, but she's determined to finish business down here.
And if she falls because she's so exhausted and can't properly defend herself, it's not like it's gonna concern us, is it? Oh, wait.
I sense sarcasm.
Not very good at it, but yes.
Disturbance in there.
Yes, disembodied voice speaking to my character.
It is a good thing that I am more competent than you.
Well, if you say so.
You can certainly gather up and begin moving the other way, bringing his back perhaps to the fields to put somewhere so that
Verlif will babysit the bag hag.
So the ministrations of
Druma
could be performed. Though Druma is currently not here, given the needs to keep make a distraction elsewhere.
Any sign of the gardener? Verlif would be amenable to leaving the hag by the gardener.
There would definitely be signs of him. He hasn't left the area. He's gone over to a different place.
Verlif will say to the other dragons, "Give me a moment," and she will trundle slowly in the direction of the gardener and the swarms of bugs, carrying the hag.
Mm-hmm. He looks warily in Verlith's direction, inspecting the many of his eyes sort of darting to the wounds, knowing perhaps what these locusts do when they get in there. But he just sort of steps a little closer, not close enough to feel he's in immediate reach, but
Verlith will look with tired eyes, and she will set the hag down, basically right there, and she'll say, "Watch over this for Druma, little one."
He looks down to the body, looks back up, just takes a moment to think about it before just giving a short nod.
Verlith will not direct any further commentary or reaction. She'll just trundle back towards the other dragons.
He gives Belknap the side eye. Step back.
Lincoln will smile broadly.
Yeah, as you will begin to move in the other direction. So, you've been told at least that there are more of these big crab things and goblins sort of lurking in this area. They've not quite been cleansed out yet, although they're not like the worst kind of things to encounter. I mean, your dragon certainly you can. It's no secret you can defeat them easily enough, but they might just take the bit of resources you're not really willing to spend. So if you want to give me dungeoneering or maybe a nature check to see if you can maneuver around such things, should they indeed be there.
I could provide a nature check for you. Oh, mighty GM.
Most of them can't touch things that fly, so
Go
so
for
you
it.
have that benefit.
Is this a sort of knowledgey thing about these monsters?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you're looking for the hag and where
Mhm.
it might be. So I think
Alright. Yeah.
if you roll high enough, I'll even give you a bit of information. Hydras,
27.
Oh, nice.
pretty good. Yeah. Do you want information about the hag or the Hydra?
The Hydra, I think, is what Vertilith has more of an interest in because Hag, yeah, she's already seen two of them. What the hell ever. But a Hydra, hasn't seen a Hydra before. Maybe your parents have.
Hydras are natural beasts, and Baron might know something about Hydras, though they're sort of very rare and don't really hang around in the forest a whole lot. They're actually pretty good ambush predators. They strangely not very good at staying low and staying near water bodies because they're excellent, very fast swimmers. When they get in water, they can swim around without problem. I mean, they're basically massive lizard-like creatures with many heads. The power to grow more heads, and whenever you destroy a head, more heads pop out. Each head is able to act almost as an individual creature, attacking by themselves and thinking by themselves, and so it's very hard to actually. Once a Hydra has gotten its eyes on you, it's very hard to stop it from doing that, since each head will surround you and rip you apart. Terribly massive teeth. And if you begin attacking it, but dragon, you rip its heads off, more like every head you rip off just turns into two more that then begin acting individually. The beasts are, for good reason, probably the parents of Erdlith would like the inherent knowledge would be just don't do it. I mean,
It's
just
not
let the
worth
Hydra
it.
be.
It's not worth it.
It's a big monster. It is very, very dangerous. Certainly, excessively, certainly very dangerous for young dragons to play with. Mechanically, yes, they grow a lot of heads. Certainly, when heads and damage is done to them, they get more powerful. She will, with that roll, know, however, that to stop that is whenever a head begins growing to deal it fire or acid damage. That will stop the sort of bulb to grow into more heads.
Okay.
She'll know that you can't effectively stun or dominate them, as each the head basically would just act by themselves. They don't really care. Nor can you flank them as they are facing every direction at once. And you realize that they have long necks that makes them able to reach and also to threaten with that reach.
They're intelligent creatures.
They are beasts for all matters.
Okay.
They are trainable.
That's what
and,
I asked. Like, so they're trainable.
yes.
That if this hag can
Yes.
use one as a mount.
Yes. It is not something that happens often. Mostly, you would have like a troll poking one with a spear to send it in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
It seems, however, this hag might have some sort of affinity with watery creatures that allows her to play with them. Hydras are like watery, aquatic creatures.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Vertilith thinks about having like an entire gallery of hydras as minions. Use yourself on that.
Do we have the actual resources to take this on? That's what I'm thinking. Because if we need fire and acid, I don't have any of those.
I mean, the only way you can get those is through like items, which we can't really get anyway. So
All we like need to do is resolve the hag, like the Hydra itself, who serves the hag's mount. Like, don't even need to deal with that. Hydra's just like a simple beast. So I think if we have enough resources to deal with the Hydra, we can maybe fly and try to dive bomb the hag.
Sure.
Even though the Hydra has reach. Try to pull it off the mount.
Beyond that, with that roll, you do notice that there are like signs that some of these like strangely changed goblins are still around. But you take a path where you just fly around the shallow areas, meaning that even if they're there and sort of waiting to ambush someone, they can't actually reach you. Beyond that, you see some schools of very large crayfish, and perhaps even like what's the remains of what seems to be like a shed shell of of some sort of crustaceous crab creature that is bigger than you are.
Oh. Huh.
Laying here, it seems like
The big crab.
the big crab is real and is out there, but is perhaps an alternative to the Hydra for the hag to ride.
A choice of mounts. That's good.
Probably also another big horrible beast of some kind.
Yeah.
It probably spends most of the time underwater.
Yeah. Vertlif will parse and condense the information pertaining to Hydras about them being magnificent, glorious beasts that are wonderful apex predators similar to dragons, and will end with, and so once again it is Velignus' fiery breath, as it has been before, and can stop another thing from regenerating.
Well, about that, I'm a fiery personality, but I am feeling the exhaustion as well. I don't have that much fire left, and as much as I would love to rip this Hydra apart just to see how much he can truly regenerate, I find myself in your position, actually. Last time I wanted to recklessly charge forward and drag you guys along, well, you objected, and I think it's my time to object. You don't look well. You get killed by this Hydra that we can't kill because I can't summon enough fire, and then we are all in deep trouble. Deeper than this, for sure.
Vertlif says, our goal, Velignith, is not the Hydra, but the hag. Resolving the hag, we can just let the Hydra go. It's not a concern. The Hydra, for all of its qualities, cannot fly.
Well, its heads are most likely long enough to snap at us once we try to snap at the hag, unless you want to let Veristrix to do all the, whatever he does.
No, we'll simply fetch the hag off of the Hydra and spirit away with her. We're bigger than the hag. Hydra can't fly.
You saw what the last hag tried to do to the Rexos, though. Not entirely harmless, even if they are small. Who knows what this one does?
Are you afraid? Oh, just like with earlier. Oh, this is not the first time you've been afraid. Oh,
I am not afraid. I'm being cautious, which is what you suggested me to be.
come now, Velignith. Use your strength. Surely a hag couldn't stop itself from being carried away by 4 dragons.
Strength? That's the keyword. I think Chilraxos actually is here to gain rank. And how does he do things again when there's opposition to him?
Patience, I heard.
By using strength to solve all his problems.
Yeah.
I'm gonna invoke that as the question comes as to whether to go on. Strength moves the world. If he cannot show he's strong, how will he move up in anything?
Yeah, it's true. We need to
You can
grab the
resist
hag.
the urge, or you can accept it.
Gotta grab the hag. He has powerful claws. He can do it.
That's right. Hag heist.
Hag heist.
And take a draconic essence and accept the compulsion.
Yep.
So Velignith and Vertlif are maybe stopping to argue. Meanwhile, Tyraxos just marches past.
Strength.
Humming in March.
Tyraxos is like, I will gain rank. I will. We'll grab that hag. Aha! I'm gonna for sure.
Now it'll only unite all the crabs together.
That's right. And Verlift is left like looking for Lickdip and says, "You see? Grab the hag."
Valignif like looks to Verliv, looks to Tyraxos, then to Varistrix, and is like, Varistrix, say something.
Well, we either fight the Hydra or we take the easier option and take the hag away from the Hydra.
I have something to help with spiriting the hag away.
If this Hydra cannot be stunned or dominated, there is little much I can do to hinder it.
All right,
These
then.
hags may have lived for thousands of years, but they had the vision of death coming, and well, not death so much as a hug from a people person. Right, Tilraxos?
Raxus glares.
Well, let it be known that for a change I suggested caution and was overruled, which I won't exactly accept, but I'll tolerate it and follow along.
Considering the lengths we have gone through before, I think this one time is fine.
Exactly. It's fine, but I just want to point out that I'm not always reckless. I'm never reckless.
You don't have to help with grabbing the hag if you don't want to, Valignif.
Oh, but I do want to.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I just cut out there.
I can face the Hydra just fine. I'm just worried about the rest of you.
You can face the Hydra just fine. Good.
We're going.
I'm not saying I can necessarily kill it, but I could have some fun with it.
Well, then you have fun.
We're going.
Yeah. I love
Sadly,
that. Seth.
Valentine's compulsion is not such that I can invoke it, but I'll go fight the Hydra.
Unless you want to destroy all of us, yeah.
That was just a draconic pride thing. Oh no, I'll totally take that Hydra. Yeah.
I don't know, I just don't want to.
Yeah, Baka.
Exactly.
It's not like I'm afraid or anything.
Yeah, you can indeed find a place that's lovely and wonderful for this sort of thing for you, because it is actually in an area with low ceiling and high water levels, which is excellent, allowing you the freedom of flying just below the ceiling. The hag apparently does want some airflow in here. Staying pretty far out, really. Probably maybe feeling a safety in the isolation. I'm gonna just expose it. Normally the Hydra might try to hide, but right now it doesn't, and there's a hag standing on it. Turning to many of the Hydra's heads. It currently has 4. Looking all around in every direction. And I think this hag is not really interested in talking to you. She is probably the most paranoid one and will just want to fight you as you approach. If you want to arrange yourself, you have to look at it. Here.
Okay.
If you want to force yourself, change the way you are here, I'll say the 2 foremost squares here are fine to be in.
Okay. And flying. Yeah.
The hags seeming to have many long, thin daggers.
You can be in front of me if you want, Jonas.
See, around the Hydra and
Maybe
on
we
the
shouldn't
ground.
clump up so much when we're fighting
Maybe
a
not
Hydra.
you, she. Quit getting next to me, for the love of God!
I'm my own independent dragon. I happen to want to be over here.
Stop it! You can't even heal me! Go away!
That's what you think.
Oh god. Can I...
Fine, I'll just go over here, for the love of God, and just be even further away from the Hydra.
Racing the many thin and very sharp knives up, you see that some of them glisten with a strange sort of thin sort of liquidy almost like a poison that sort of sticks to it. It looks like what you've seen in some of these goblins around. Hag body fluid of some kind. As it looks in your way, you see beyond that that its skin is crawling with small black creatures that seem to sort of be depositing stuff into many holes on the hag's body that they sort of open and then almost disgorge themselves into them and then crawl out around. Around her here, it seems that she has gotten to this island because it has a bunch of cave bats living here, nesting under the mushrooms. And currently, what seems to be a lot of leeches, like pounds of leeches, are draining these bats of blood and then depositing it inside the hag, allowing her to make more of this viscous fluid. It seems likely that if you get close to the hag, they might do the similar thing to you. In fact, the hag has an aura of leeches.
Great.
We'll see how much that excites the dragons to get close.
Great.
Yes.
Wonderful.
If there were a top 10 of words to follow aura of, I think that would be in the top 3 at least.
This is some Warhammer Fantasy mutation shit right here. Good thing I don't bleed blood. I bleed salt.
Hydra and the hag. Oh my, that's bad rolls for them. Very bad rolls for them.
Hydra the
Incredibly
Heads,
terrible rolls. But
the new Disney movie.
yeah, they're ready. Currently, Malfoy is standing on the sort of central bit of the Hydra. Heads all around her, so she shares the square of the Hydra.
All right.
The square.
So they count as adjacent to each other as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are on top of each other actually. She's
Cool.
mounted on it.
All right.
Little leeches wiggling everywhere. Yeah, Valgnith reacts quickly.
Um,
All right.
Double fly here.
You know, the creature isn't bigger than him, so
It's not.
surely this will
It's
be
got
fine.
more heads.
It'll be
than him.
fine.
It's gonna like grow into second.
Does he wonder at all how it works? You know, how Hydra functions?
I mean,
I did give you a pretty comprehensive explanation.
yeah, he feels like he gets the gist.
Mm-hmm.
But what if he wants to know more?
Could you shut up, please?
Yep, you move. Move action.
Yeah, that was actually I've got 3, so I can move 2 more with double moves. So he's gonna go here. How large do the hurricane of leeches seem?
It is in aura 2.
Okay, then he'll fly here and land at the edge. It's 2 moves. It's not action point time. Yeah, this is fine.
All right, Redolith.
Okay. Vertilith will double move, like so. Just like a gentle, like meandering flight, which will take her like here.
Mhm.
Minor action, she will use her psionic vigor, and as a free action, she will call out in common, "You have been betrayed by Druma." That'll be the end of her turn.
Restrict.
Well, see if I can pull this off. Not really. Fly over here. All right then. He will use his minor action to distract Mother Floria as a minor, and then he will to augment Force Grasp, so he'll grasp the Hydra and her.
Mm-hmm.
For the attack roll, attack her first. I can't add a +2 to it, so I'll add a post.
Normally she would try to divert your attack to the Hydra, but as you're attacking both of them, that's not
So
possible.
29 versus Fortitude on the hag.
Yes, that hits.
All right. While the hag is immobilized, he will activate the power of his orb. She is also dazed while immobilized.
This one takes. All right. Could you remind me, dazed?
Of what it is or what?
One action and grand combat advantage.
All right.
No opportunity attacks. Hold on.
Yep.
I'll
Yep.
just.
You grant combat advantage. You can take either a stand or a move or a minor. You can't take immediate or opportunity actions, and you can't flank an enemy.
And the target is immobilized. Well, as you hit the Hydra too, it too will be immobilized.
Yes.
Well, you can't see it because she's stood.
Yep. So,
All right.
as per the conditions, unless she gets rid of the immobilized earlier through some force of will, she'll be dazed as well until the end of my next turn. Then he will action point. Let's see here.
Oh, yeah, she's also.
Yeah, she's also immobilized.
Yep.
There you
Oh, hold on. I'm dual-wielding a staff. Okay. He will use his staff, so this will be a minus 1 excuse me, of expertise. Attack the Hydra. No, he'll do an AoE. Sure, why would he? He'll dishearten the both of them. Like this. So Hag first, as always, and then Hydra.
Get a bonus for using an action point.
Okay, what's the bonus?
Is the fantabulous, amazing, resourceful leader.
Alright, so plus 3 to damage if I miss a attempt. Okay, so 15 on the Hag and 32 on the Hydra.
Misses the hag, but hits the Hydra.
Okay, the Hag or the Hydra gets hit. I just want to double check something here.
-2.
Use my staff. Yes, if I hit an enemy with an attack power using his staff, I should have been the other way around, but that's fine. The Hag is gonna hit the Hydra with a plus 5 to attack and damage.
All right. Swings a dagger and misses.
Plus 5 to attack and damage.
Well, +5 to attack, then just hits.
So
Stabbing her Hydra for a bit of damage.
so that is Verstrix then. So all his dailies spent ever, all his equipment.
How long is the Hydra?
Until the end of Verstrix's next turn.
Okay. Then it will probably just. It can't move. And since there's no save, it will delay until someone gets within its reach, basically.
Sure.
Prepare to bite them. So its head sort of move out in a snake-like, ready to break down upon someone, as if Riss sort of replies in common. I always knew they would. They think their visions are seen only by them. We all know cannot trust each other. You have joined with her? Fine. I shall have my own land here. My creations love it so. She will move up her hands to take her one action. Burst. Let's see here. Do it. There. Nope, there's no way to get all of them. Well, she'll prioritize to get Relicnith and Varstrix with her power. She will fling out, and some of this weird juice will fly from some of the leech holes, and we'll see as it sort of moves onto you if you get affected by the choking water shots. This will be Valaknith first, and then Varstrix.
No.
Yeah. It's my worst like defense, so yeah.
A half damage
Half
for
damage on the miss.
6.
So 10 or is it original damage so 12?
Hmm?
12 damage?
Original.
Original.
Alright,
So-
so 12.
And
I'm going
then,
5.
She will. She stays and immobilized, but she does have an action. She's like that, which she will spend. There's a lot of dragons here, and she needs to solve that somehow.
Does action points ignore the day's condition, I guess?
I believe so.
Says you can take either a standard, a move, or a minor on your turn. I don't know.
Yeah,
if-
and an action point, I presume, would override that because it grants you an extra standard move reminder that you normally don't get.
Alright, sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As she will use her ability to fling daggers against Valaknith. He's in front here, using 2 thrown dagger attacks. Actually, is he within range? He is. You don't throw too far, really. Throwing the dagger,
That hits.
and as it hits, it will be revealed that it had some of the goob on it,
No, go.
making it also 10 ongoing. As it basically begins to go into your body and begin to like rip and mutate and sort of go in and fill your lungs and make it hard to breathe. The other attack, oh my,
Also hits.
throwing the dagger. She can pull back into her.
Let's just grab the hag, she said. It's gonna be easy, she said.
She definitely
In and
didn't say it would
out.
be easy.
Juraxos. Oh, does she have a? No, it's not a save, is it?
No, it's an end of his
Oh,
next turn.
All right.
She's too far away for me to do anything. Ugh.
She's perfectly happy to be on the Hydra, and as it can't move, it's just preparing itself
I'll
to
just
fight people.
sail over here and activate shadow fences and some more temp.
Mm-hmm.
Breath, not. Prepare to attack if an enemy comes into base-to-base contact with me. Otherwise, that's it.
Hydra got your number there. Valaknith.
I don't know if it's gonna delay after Verdolith.
Okay, well, Rodolith then.
Verdolith, as a move action, will take herself to here. Yeah. Here. That's where it is. You know, flying little mushrooms and everything. Happy days. Standard action is going to be a 2 power point lodestone lore attack against the hag, which I presume will also be against the Hydra. No, she can't redirect because
Nope,
she's dazed.
Dazed.
All right, yeah, this will be a 2 power point attack against the hag. Lodestone lore. She is within melee 5. 29 versus Will.
Oh yes, that definitely hits.
That'll be 15 untyped damage.
Smack.
She is pulled 4 squares towards me.
All right. When she is force movement off her Hydra for the first time, she gets to make a save.
Okay.
She is not saving, so she will be pulled off the Hydra.
Basically,
I don't suppose you
squares.
can pull her like.
I don't know whether here or there. I don't know whether that's a legal
As long
spot
as
for her.
as long as each movement is closer, and in fact, she can walk on water freely, so
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
you can move her there.
Yep. She's knocked prone,
Mhm.
and
Lays
she can
in the
only
water.
move to squares that are adjacent to me.
Can't move it all right now, but yes.
Okay.
And let
Yeah,
me just
until
see
the end of her
wording
next turn.
this. Yes. All right. As the leeches somehow like wriggle with her to
Mhm.
begin touching everyone.
Let's see here. That was my move. That was my standard. I do still have a minor, and I have my action point. I think I will use my minor to breathe dragon breath down at her, specifically her. $20 versus reflex.
That just hits. Yes.
Yeah, I suppose it would be 22 because I have combat advantage against her, but it might be canceled out by prone. I don't know whether close blast are like affected by prone or not.
I'd say this would not because you're breathing down upon her. It
Yeah.
would make no sense for it to.
Breathe it down and hurt. And if that's a range 2 for the leeches, Verdolith will actually use her action point, and she will fucking fly away.
All right. She can't take reactions, so yes, you can fly away. So Rexus is still within it, but
Yeah, she doesn't have anything to do with the fucking aura of leeches. Like she pulled her like off the Hydra, and that saved Christmas for her.
Flight here basically means you're effectively walking on the water too.
Yeah, makes
Really,
sense.
there's not enough room to really maneuver a lot, but
Yep.
You could dive into it if you wanted to.
I'll think about it. I end my turn. Action point spent.
Velgneth. Take is ongoing.
Yeah.
The weird goop is strangling him.
Right, this is actually pretty good
Maybe if he
positioning.
died
yes.
from it, he would turn into something else, something better.
Verdolith calls out,
no.
"Don't let her get back on the Hydra."
Oh, I'm
just back.
way ahead of you, but I need to be. Actually, can I be one higher? Yes. Oh, I can be in a bunch of places. All right, Magnus will be here,
Stomps it.
interposing himself between the hag and the Hydra.
Right, well.
Well,
Nothing. Just
okay.
Malachi, don't do that.
I have a lot to get out. These fucking things have so many things. So
I know.
Hags are one of those
All
monsters.
right. Well, and then Velignov is gonna brandish his shield and steal a little bit of life force from Tyraxos. He's got plenty. For the Shield of Sacrifice. So he will be stealing from Tyraxos and healing himself and Verdolith.
Oh.
I couldn't remember whether he had used the Shield of Sacrifice ability or not.
I had not.
The shield.
There you go. That's for me. Okay. D8. I'm no longer bloodied.
Verdolith perks up.
That was a move and a minor action, so I still have a standard, which I guess we have to get this hag to.
remember to spend the search to access.
Yes.
Yeah, subtract a search. Also important, we all get +5 to AC, which might very well be relevant.
That's nice.
And then Velignov is gonna smack the River Hag with the Executioner's Call. That seems very appropriate right now.
It's not everyone. It's whoever got healed, right?
Yeah, not you.
Yeah.
Not you.
Not you.
I'm so used to you being out of range.
Wow. All right.
19
19 misses though. Just
Verstrix will.
actually you have advantage.
Oh,
Did you get that?
21?
21 hits.
All right.
Good. 13 damage. Allies get +2 power bonus to
Bloodied.
damage.
Blooded.
And Tyraxos will get
Yes.
+4 power bonus to your next attack roll,
Ooh,
which will be a
yes.
total of +5 because of the aura also.
Yes.
Oh, can you give it to me? I need to keep her days.
Are you within 5 squares?
He
You
certainly
are. Okay,
is.
yes. Okay. The Restrix is gonna be.
Right.
All right.
Falling Executor Verstrix.
That it? Remember
Yes.
to make a save against your ongoing.
Ring ring.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ring.
Who's there?
Darkness called. Because of the phone, so I missed you.
I will
Nice.
not be.
Nice.
They've got challenged to get in here and
That's
be
true.
all up in this Hydra's business, and he is.
You know what? You are in the Hydra's business, in fact. You're within its reach. And when you end your turn within its reach, it triggers its snapping jaws. That makes it make 2 attacks against you for free.
Go ahead. My AC is 32.
Don't tempt the Hydra.
I am tempting the
I love
Hydra.
this. This is not the first time Vertilith has called him a coward either.
Mhm. Yeah, as the Hydra's heads, they're still like distracted and disheartened by Varistrix.
Yeah.
They move out and jab down to try to get him, but they can't quite
Thumping
reach
into
him.
the steel bastion that is Velignith in full defense mode here.
Alright.
Varistrix takes an ongoing 5.
Yes, he does. Right,
Just
so
like
it
Charlie.
is next attack, right? So I need to do this now. He will do the same grasp thing. Since the hag is off the Hydra, we'll take the Hydra first and then the hag. Grip the two of them. I can't add the +6 for the +4 of the common advantage, so I'll just do it after. And so 22 and 30
Misses the Hydra, but hits.
hag. Because Immobilize has been refreshed, she continues to be dazed. Because it is as long as she is immobilized. That's good. And then he will breathe, because he has the minor action available to do so. Breathe here.
Kablamo.
Kablamo. 19 and 13 probably won't hit anything, but
Nope, that won't hit anything.
that's fine. Both Malignant and Trilaxis get a +1 to attack rolls until end of Verstrix's next turn. He will save now against his ongoing. Right, I don't have the macro, so I just.
I don't know if you remember
Nope.
to take 3 temp from the action point you did.
I
you
didn't
have
miss
that.
the action point one.
You did. You missed the Hydra.
Okay. Alright.
The Hydra
Six,
hit the
8,
hag. You got both.
Alright. Thank you.
Yeah, that ability is really good with AoE.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So hag is now still dazed and immobilized till next turn, and Verstrix is gonna back a bit, and he's done.
All right, then the Hydra gets to go, and it's no longer mobilized.
That's
It
true.
can actually go, which is wonderful for it, because it will go. It wants to get back to its. So it'll move here. Triggering from Malignith.
Hit it.
I will try. No.
No, that does not do it. Then it'll take its action to attack with all of its heads.
How many hits does it have?
It has 4 currently.
4 currently.
It attacks the hag, killing it, and those derailing our plans.
Finally revenge.
The Hydra was biding its
After-
time.
After 900
Shoes
years.
of Hydra domination sadly does not work with.
That's right. They dipped in the water. And then when they dipped in the water, the Hydra was free.
He'll bite 4 times. 1.
Oh,
34 hits. The rest
that's
does not.
That +5 AC there managed to.
yeah. It's good
And then
stuff.
it'll use an action point. Do it again.
Ooh.
What? Action point Hydras?
Yeah, all Hydras actually.
These
Oh.
mythical monstrosities.
That's fine.
Stop
It's only one
rolling
hit.
34s, come on.
It's fine.
Woo!
It's
22 damage. Spicy.
Just keep
Yeah,
keep
it has a lot of damage, but a very variable damage. Say, as it just lashes in.
3d10.
Yeah, still threatening to all about 2 squares. Having threatening reach. It's hard for you to leave from it. Yeah. Hag here, dazed, immobilized,
Prone.
bloody, prone. Can't really move well. Bad time. It's a bad time. There's a recharge roll though. Who knows? No recharge. Actually, it might be a recharge. Is it 4? And it is 4 to 6. So there is a recharge there. And it turns out Valignith just used his attack of opportunity. So
It is true.
Does prone give you a minus on range attacks? Or is it hitting a prone target gives you a minus?
What's happening?
I believe you have a disadvantage on attack rolls. Yes.
Okay.
I do.
There
No,
is
the
a,
hag, because
there
No,
is a,
the hag
an
is
attack
hitting it.
here.
See, Valignus still has an opportunity action because he
Yeah.
can take one on each other combatant's
true,
turn
Yeah,
in
yes.
so
40.
you can
Yeah.
smack
That's
her.
a good
To
point.
smack
Which
her.
Oh,
she'll still do it. The hell,
Smack her.
didn't seem like he did too much to the Hydra really. So
yeah,
Well,
that
that won't be-
looks about right.
too much.
Oh boy.
Why
Boom.
not? Varysix will change that to reflexes. I hit even.
She actually has exactly the same reflex and ace.
Ah, no. Oh well. Worth a try.
Best defense. So she's okay. We'll see if Valignant is after the choking water shards.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't get a bonus to fortitude.
13 and ongoing 5. You will drop at the start of your turn.
And then Raxos.
It's a miss.
Well,
That is a
We'll
miss.
him for
Yep.
half damage.
Half damage. Okay.
Take a bit of his temporary hit points. Yeah, there's no save to all this crap on her. It's a bad time, though. I mean, you could safely say it's a bad time.
Yep.
She's not particularly happy with this. You'd like to crawl in this Hydra, but that doesn't happen. What does happen is Raxos gets bit by leeches,
Oh.
Oh.
who does him 5 damage and gives the hag 5 temporary hit points as they transfer blood from one to the other.
Oh god.
She's stealing your temporary hit points.
No!
She's slightly bolstered with some draconic blood in her veins.
You might have to heal.
She'll
like
transform
that.
it into hag sab. And,
I need
Well,
2 hit points.
Can I take my turn?
yes.
Thank you. Alright, well, everything. Draconic Virtue as a minor action to get that hot temporary hit points up and running again. Then things here. We will shift one back, charge the hag.
Which does not provoke from the Hydra.
Nope, that's my thing. Let's do that. I have combat advantage.
Oh, you will grab her, all right.
I'll do something.
If you put your serrated claws through her, that's kind of like grabbing
32
her.
versus AC.
That hits.
33 damage.
Ooh.
Dread Smite. Another 9 ongoing. That,
Just lay into her. No,
Yeah.
9.
Alright, that's okay. Fine.
He's looking in a bad way.
We will action point, and
Oh, no.
then we will Frenzy Smite.
Well, not the Frenchy Smite.
Yep, the Frenzy Smite. 26 versus AC.
Yes.
Alright, 52 damage.
52 damage.
Yep. And I
Crazy.
will. Yes.
Just boom.
Alright.
Alright.
I
Still push her though.
Load the hag.
Yeah, basically, what I would
Want
like
to
to
kill
do.
or not?
Not. But I will push her away. As is the power of suspension. Basically, tossing her body towards Verdolith.
Into the water.
I mean, on the water, whatever she does. And then.
Well,
I'll
she's unconscious, so she can't swim.
then
So.
I
Sinks.
will shift after.
Okay.
And you grant combat advantage.
I do.
All right. As you end your turn, the Hydra will take its 2 free bite attacks. With advantage. Which it doesn't like this whole mother being killed, though, but you know.
One hit.
35 and 26.
Draxus will call out to Verdolith. It's like, lasso her in! Get her out of here!
As for the other one, I'm going to say, once they're down, their aura is
Wonderful.
always be a pain in the ass to carry them. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Verdolith.
What's it going to be like for me to try and scoop to take this hag. She's unconscious, so
I
she's
mean,
helpless.
she is a person, and bodies float pretty well at the beginning. I mean, there's lots of crabs down there, but they don't seem to want to eat her. So I'm going to say if you move adjacent, you can, as a move action, like to interact, you can pick it up.
Okay. So
Could
it would be
you-
like as part of my move action to like.
Yeah, that's fair. Like using like if you picked up a weapon or something.
could
It's possible
lure
that
her
I
in.
could lasso her in like Jonas using my lodestone lure, but I would have to make an attack roll. She's unconscious, so I'd have a huge bonus to hit her, but it's possible I would still miss.
All right.
Yeah, part of my move action. I'm willing to provoke from the Hydra. Sure. Verlith will go in and pick up the Hydra, pick up the hag. We'll see whether she's downed by the Hydra.
All right. You can do that. It doesn't provoke to move into its reach.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
well,
move out.
yeah, I'm going to move out. That's why I'm like it's
Alright.
going to provoke.
Yeah. Then
The rest
you're
of the
gonna
way.
get a
You can
attack.
shift out though with it now, with your extra move, right? You don't have to.
It
And we need to
misses.
put some distance. That's the.
Yeah,
Right.
like
It
I
misses.
want to keep the rest of my shit. So that move, I can move 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3 with the hag. Yeah, I'll go here. I do have something to help Velignith, but he was out of my reach to begin with, and I am now on carry hag duty. So
Welcome to my world. I can help
Wait.
you, but you're out of range.
I know. Great.
Wait a sec. Can I? If you delay after me, I can. Not you.
He's going to have to take the damage at the start of his turn. I don't think it's
Yeah.
I don't think it's a legal move for him to wink. I can keep delaying so that I never take the damage.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just mean after me.
He's going down, so like his turn immediately starts and he drops unconscious. He's at -1 now
All right.
because my turn ends.
Well, he drops down then.
His turn ends. He has to make a save against the ongoing, and then
Yep.
and then a death save.
There's actually a thing about delaying. I can delay. I can, however, not delay an entire round.
Yeah. So delay after me is what I'm saying. Like when you delay, you don't start your turn and then decide to delay. You move your initiative.
All right. So you would fall unconscious at the end, like latest at the end of the round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
If them's the rules,
Interesting.
then them's the rules.
All right, interesting
Or
forward.
sticks, you take your ongoing though.
Yes. You take that before I move. Right. He takes damage. Let me check this thing here. Ongoing doesn't actually. It doesn't count as an attack, does it? It's just ongoing.
It's just
All right, that's
automatic
fine.
damage.
It's gonna go here.
Oh, actually, I lied. At the moment you delay, carry out the start of your turn normally.
All right, die then, and I'll come over anyway.
All right, I will.
-1.
I'm just trying to help. All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was my concern. I was like, wow, you can just weasel your way into taking ongoing damage then for a bit.
All right. Let's see here.
Now, what changes is the end of turn from the delay.
Right.
Mm.
Civilize.
So really, you wouldn't want to delay because then you have to make a death save.
Alright.
Again.
Vertex will attempt to use heal on Malignant as a skill
All right. I believe it's a DC 15.
I think
for
the death save
stabilize.
is at
But
the.
second wind would be a DC 10. I don't know if you can second wind while you're unconscious though.
You can.
I believe it allows you to use your second wind.
Or
You haven't
without
used
the
it.
character having to take an action to do so. So it's.
You can
I
do it.
assume I can take. Can I take it? I don't know.
Yes, you can.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Sure.
I think that's what it's supposed to
DC
do.
DC
Alright.
10 to get you up, hopefully.
Yay.
Yes. Hope you get.
Oof.
I imagine
Back
that
at first aid.
that 15 is there if you didn't have your second win, so it's harder to stabilize
Yeah.
you.
The thing about dwarves, they always spend it because it's so easy for them.
So
Mhm.
second wind, but you don't get the defense bonus.
All right.
Like
And then you
pro-
can,
prone on the ground. Woo!
you can use your. I mean, at least you don't have to end your turn so the Hydra bites you. So you can make a save, if you want.
Yes, I would like to.
So is the consensus that I delayed or that I didn't delay? Because I don't know anymore at this point.
You didn't delay.
Yeah,
All right,
you
then I get a death save doesn't matter at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You're just laying there.
that's a safe. Okay. Right.
All right. I mean, Hydra will count Valignith.
Hey, I'm here. He doesn't know Valignith is up.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it isn't very smart. That certainly is true.
This is
But
like
you
roaring
are
in
in the way
space.
of it.
That's right. That's right. Toraxis is still granting combat advantage too until the start of his next turn.
It's true. It does like combat advantage. It's friendly. It'll make its attacks against Troaxus.
Very well. Miss. Yes.
Then it'll spend its second action point to
Wait.
do it again.
What?
You can spend action points more than once for your counter.
Sure.
2 hits.
They just can't be on the same turn.
Okay.
It lashes out with its many
I mean,
heads.
we can't, but monsters
Yeah,
can.
I guess they
apparently.
can.
Yeah, it's a special. Higher level dragons, if we ever fight them, are gonna have multiple action points.
Great.
We're worse than ourselves.
We are. We
This is
sure
what I've been
are.
saying for all these sessions.
It bites. But
It does.
it's not too. It would like to step on. For obvious reasons, it can't really. It's not that smart. Toraxus.
I will activate my sword.
Maybe you could take it.
5 temporary hits and power bonus on my defenses. Then I want to grab Valignith by the tail and drag him out. As I will leave this Hydra and disengage, dragging Valignith behind me.
Alright.
I'm gonna just do what we do for other things, so I'll take that as an action to like grab him.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
like an athletics versus his fortitude defense.
Oh gosh.
You know, like pulling him,
Sure.
big
Why-
boy.
Well, where Serpent can grab you, you can totally grab Valignith.
We'll see. Nope.
You cannot.
Well, I did what I could. Tyraxus is leaving. Bye.
And he will get bitten.
Yep, that's fine.
Dignity.
I am just no. Yes. Well, actually, no. I'm not granting anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it was your turn, so-
I am. Yeah. I'm gonna leave. I'm done. Tyraxus is done with this murder machine thing.
Okay. Vertilith, start of her turn, like swivel, see that Toraxis is approaching. Gonna move here. Basically, as part of the action, she'll transfer the hag over to Toraxis.
All right. Tyraxus will grab her in his claws.
Yep. And veer off here. Yeah, doesn't want to get next to the Hydra. Hydras can swim just fine. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure I
very
do that.
fast
Yeah.
at swimming,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
They're
flying.
much more agile in water and much more dangerous in water than land.
See, we're flying, but the Hydra would be able to reach us while swimming while we're flying due to like the height of the cavern right here.
Okay. I thought it was
True.
a high cavern.
Nope, this is a low ceiling cavern.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess
Yeah,
we
he
die
did
here
say
then.
that.
I
It
guess
has
we need to
room for you
kill
to
it then.
fly over the water.
Let's kill
but,
it.
I mean, we can't. It's
Oh, we can.
all right. Good luck.
It's not a good thing. I can't immobilize the Hydra. That's my problem. Yeah, let me just veer off right here. Maybe one of us, if nothing else, can get away with the hag. I'm basically here to swoop in to help Valignith with some sort of cunning move if need be. Yeah, like that. I'll be fine. She does like a U-turn. I end my turn.
Malignant.
Well, I'm not actually sure how we kill this Hydra.
We don't.
But-
We don't.
I'm confident. Witness will stand up, first of all. That's a move. Then, as a minor, he will heal himself.
Hydra's many heads turn to him. He's obviously alive. And less problematic. Hydra does seem to have
Uh,
some affection for the river hag, though, so
Healing Surge plus 10.
ideally would want to eat Telraxus. Right?
And then standard action. Wait, I used my second wind, so that's not available. I can't heal twice in a turn.
Convert the standard
Defense
to
is stupid.
you convert the standard into a move to disengage, then action point move away.
Yeah, but we do fly slower than this thing, so we do
I
need
can
some sort of plan.
I can try and immobilize it on my turn.
That's
it'll-
plan.
It'll be the last try I have, but I can try.
It's much better for you to get away from it right now, and if say to go after, if you're there isolated and we have to try and pluck you off the island,
Yeah.
we basically will have to stay and fight this Hydra.
Yeah, that's a fair point. It's
It does get 2 free attacks at the end of your turn if you're near.
Yeah, you need to leave.
Velignov did what he said. He was gonna face the Hydra while you grabbed the hag. That is exactly what he did. His job is done.
Yeah, he's gonna tail the Hydra as he leaves.
So disengage. Well, it has to reach, doesn't it?
Yes. You move action to shift away, and then use your action point to fucking cheese it.
Its opportunity isn't to reach, so you can shift action.
And even if it was, it's not going to deal 43 points of damage to you.
It does. Yeah. It does have threatening reach. It reaches.
All right. Well, even then.
Yeah. So I might as well just double move.
Yeah, you might as well.
Might as well just double move. Yeah, you're right.
So move as far as I can normally, which is 6, and then whoop, fly.
All right. That hits you, unless you have a defense.
That I have 28 currently.
Did you take
just hits you?
Yeah, it just hits you.
That's fine.
It's fine.
All right. More restricts.
Let's see. So I can't go within 2. That's fine. Fly here. Wait a sec. No, he'll fly here. And then he will attempt to immobilize the Hydra.
All right.
A 2 PowerPoint Force Grasp. Maybe. Hopefully. No. 18 versus Fortitude.
It is a fairly fortuitous.
Yeah. Ah, that's right.
Is it though?
Creature. Yeah. All right. Well, it's mad. You're
Sure.
running away with its like food giver and host.
Sure.
It does not like that, so it will move over here in the water. It can swim as it sort of gets streamlined and then very quick in the water as it moves in to attack Chilraxos, who's carrying its. There's no way to get him to not carry the hag, but to try to bring him down. So we'll try.
That's a hit.
Almost.
Miss.
Remind me why the 28 misses you?
Concealment.
Jonas?
Concealment.
Oh,
Reward.
that's right. The Vice's reward, right.
The many heads lash out angrily. Chilraxos.
Are we fighting this thing or are we not?
I don't want to fight it.
I don't want to fight it either.
Then keep going.
Okay.
I mean, is it? It has more movement than we do.
Yeah.
Eventually, we're going to get to a spot as well where the cavern gets higher, and it
Also,
can't.
I can attempt to slow it every turn. So
How
Oh, okay.
long is it until we get to a place where we can actually fly up?
It's not that far. I don't think.
let's play another round. See if I can
let's
slow
go.
it.
Don't move over here.
You can slow it in the argument, certainly.
Yeah.
More water. More water has been made.
What if I actually used Draconic Word? Yes, I did. Too tired. Well.
All right. You will take it. I will shoot.
You used it earlier, yes. Scrolling up.
Yes.
Which is still better than
Just
staying
once,
in
though.
its
I don't know
reach.
if you have another use of it.
Good.
Can I run?
Uh,
Like, what's the thing when you run?
Run, you can move an extra 2 squares, take a -5 penalty to your attack rolls, and you grant combat advantage.
On my say, how fast is the fighter?
We don't know.
You know, but it appears very fast
Very fast.
in the water. Not so fast on land. It's kind of clunky.
Well, then running seems like a bad deal. Go here.
I mean, if we run, it probably at least has to double move.
So I can't really do much anyway,
Well, attacks of opportunity, but that's about it.
but that's it.
If you want to know more about the Hydra, do a nature check. They're natural beasts somehow.
Me, I will go ahead and double move over this way, and that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. Brilliant.
Yeah, I like bunching up. I mean, Vilignov might as well run. He's not going to get attacked. So double run would be 10. So go about here.
Heuristics.
All right. If it threatens to, then regardless, it's range attack. I'll get opportunity attack, so I'll just hit it from here.
All right.
We can move
Right.
out and
A
hit
miss.
That's a miss. I'll try to grasp it to slow it. That's okay.
That's also a miss.
All right, that's fine. He will
You can move
move.
freely, though.
Move freely.
Hmm.
Being within 2 will provoke, well, not provoke, but it'll get like 2 attacks against you.
Right, but I'm flying, so how much above it am I? That's the thing.
You're not.
All right, well, I'm here. Maybe he'll go for. I don't know. I would like him to.
Yeah, I mean, he's an animal. He'll
Yeah.
probably just
Go for it.
go over here. Right.
Miss.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, on the second one, actually, yeah, on the second one, Veristrix will activate his Desperate Resolve Vestments. So he'll take the 6 damage first. Then if it comes up substantial, it'll do the Healing Surge. And then he'll take the 15, which is halved because he is insubstantial. So that would be 7.
He turns into like a wispy smoke.
Yes.
Smoke.
A dreamlike state. Yes.
It snaps and bites. Very displeased. Raxos.
Well, went out with the lady, and I was gonna double run. So
Berlith.
Okay.
Berlith, you just want to run too?
I think so, yeah. Veristrix knows what he's doing. He's got this. Fully confident in his capabilities.
Berlith?
All right. How confident am I in Veristrix? Yeah.
Considering the fact he's attempting to do this means that he knows that he can. So
He knows he'll succeed anyway.
He knows that he will.
I can't really support you from a distance. So good luck.
Yep. Sometimes you just have to stay and fight. He's still insubstantial. He needs his move action so he won't shift. He will take an opportunity.
It'll certainly take it
That's
down.
a hit. That's half. So that's
I believe it hasn't crit a single time. It has so many
5.
attacks.
Be 5 damage. Half.
Yeah,
Or?
yeah.
Alright. It's fine. We'll try again. 27.
That hits.
All right. Hydra is slowed. He still has his move action, so he's gonna run with it. That's 6. Given that it is slowed, it can only move 2. Which means, yeah, then we can run another.
Yeah. You 3 all gone.
I'll try one more time. Basically from here. 27 again.
Yep.
All right. Then it's another run, so that's another 4, 2. At that point, I guess I could basically double run and never. Oh, actually, it could be quite fast. Ah,
A double running for you would be you moving 12 spaces.
yeah.
Which is it would have to run to catch up to you, but it's a Hydra. You can, I'd say, with this distance, I think you have earned the ability to
All right.
leave. I tell you, it has a move speed in water of 10 squares.
Then he can
So
outpace that with a 12.
It can,
So
well, if it doubled moved, it would.
sure.
But it is a beast. You can get to the area where you can basically make range, where it will be forced to basically dive under and like swim around.
All right.
You might try
Very
to
successfully.
seek out something, but that's smart.
Okay.
Be left behind, a sad Hydra, all alone in the world.
Helm's Deep remains secure. I mean, the dragons have succeeded.
Yeah.
Verstrix flies back. Not really. You know, he normally I'm sure someone would have a confident look, but he just seems like as if everything is as it should. He doesn't seem very excited or happy. He just
I'm gonna
knows.
just make an executive decision to take a draconic essence for that. I think that was
Sure.
thoroughly compelled, even if it was self-compelled.
Thank you.
To stick around for the Hydra alone.
Seems absolutely applicable to me.
Seems something that fits his. I have made the decision, and so it will be no matter what.
Yep.
Obstinate nature. Yeah, as you move down here with the another prisoner, really.
It is at this point that Verstrix will, given that perhaps the recent discussion with Druma might give him enough an impression to use a once-off sending on her to tell her that we succeeded and where to go.
I think that's fair.
Then he will do so.
Are you gonna wait around for Druma here?
I mean,
I think I would, if only so that the hags don't get back up.
yeah.
If they've been
Also-
around for, quite a long time, I can't be entirely sure they can't find a way to get back up. And
Also, I don't want Mother Druma to be like, oh, the dragons are out here. I'm gonna just do something obviously backstabby. So
Yeah.
yeah,
You can
I think so.
take a short rest if you want to appear a little
Yes.
more, little less vulnerable and ready to be ambushed by trolls.
At this point,
Yes, please.
I will say that I need to go to bed.
That's fine.
I have a
That's
very
fair, Josh.
long
I
and
think
very
we can
stressful
probably,
day tomorrow. I just need to cut it here. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
No,
It's time. That's
we can
okay.
probably finish off here. Well, Tyraxos is just, I don't know, imagining himself delivering the news to his consorts and being appraised and hailed as the greatest dragon ever.
Yes.
Lots of imaginings. Being rewarded with lots of pain from his.
I mean, complete my amazing mission. So that's that. But yeah, that means that the stream will end here. So I guess people in the stream can catch up in the recap what happened after I disappear here.
Oh, how exciting!
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Head off to bed, and we will catch
Take
you
care, Jonas.
next week. Yep. Good
Bye,
night.
stream.
Bye.
Take care, guys.